Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins, and today we got a great show today. Damn, I already forgot the title. Give me a second, everybody. All right, there we go. Why it matters to the Black diaspora for Black Americans to claim Africa. Um, I'll start off by saying this. Um, there's two answers to this question. Um, One, beneficial reasons for Africans, because Africans can latch on to what's going on in America. Um, the other, it doesn't benefit Black Americans. Give me a second. Fix the camera. This thing keeps on going to my phone. But yeah, yeah, we shouldn't be mad about certain things. Hold on, let me. And something told me to look at it too. Give me a second. This thing keeps on going to my phone. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so I'm gonna repeat everything I said. We shouldn't be mad at Africans for their choice. That's their choice. If they choose not to, deal with Black Americans, that's their choice. I don't have a problem with that. I never have a problem with that because, um, this is America. In America, we should have a choice to do whatever we want. You know. It's now live. On, yeah, and like this is what we do. You know, like we. Hold on a second. Yeah, we can't be mad at them, man. And I'm one of those type of people. Like, okay, you know what? This is how Africans feel. We can't get mad about that. We can't have an opinion because that's their choice to do what they want to do. You know, and for FBAs, just like I said, just accept it, accept who they are. You know, that's one thing about Black Americans. We accept you for who you are, even if it's a bad thing or a good thing. If you a crackhead, we accept you that you's a crackhead. You know, we we might hold our wallets and hide our money, but we're not gonna be like, well, you know what? He's a crackhead. Let's ostracize him. We might not be around you a lot, but when we are around you, we still treat you as a good person. And that's just me. You know, anybody who does think different, okay, I get it. You know, I will say this too. What else? I got so much to say today. That's why I wanted to start early, and I just effed up. I was just so tired, everybody. I apologize again. Um, I also want to say this. I believe, and this is just me, um, in the Black diaspora, we don't have any friends. We haven't had friends in a very long time. You know, I'm I'm honest about it. We don't have friends. Not from the Jamaicans, the Haitians, and Trinidadians. And I love all their food and their culture and their ratchetness, but they are not our friends. I have to be honest about that. They are not our friends. You know, they are for self. And we can't get mad at these folks for being for self. That's what they choose to be. Put it this way. What's going on, Lala? Shout out to you, girl. But yeah, it's they're not our friends. The Black diaspora never been our friends. It's always have been a transactional situation with them. You know, once you start to accept things like that and accept who these people are, then life will be a little bit easy. Even and this goes to the Black diaspora too. You got to accept Black Americans for who they are. Black Americans told you they ain't gonna help you. They tell you that they don't want shit to do with you. You see the lower court judge trying to stall like she could stop. Yeah, yeah. It ain't gonna work. All you can just tell them is nice try, lady. Nice try. It's just not gonna work for you today. But hey, They all I can say is this, Lala. They say that they work hard. They said that we lazy. Black Americans, Black Americans is lazy. We always argue talking about the white man and blase blase blah. And I'm like, okay, you know what? It's time to leave these motherfuckers alone. And Black Americans, to a certain extent, left them alone. They left them alone. Now they're crying for help. Talk about, oh, we should be working together. No, we should not be working together. We lazy. We lazy over here. That's all you say. We lazy, remember? But yeah, they earned this. They earned what's going on. I'm gonna be personally honest. They can't get mad at Black Americans for this. They got to get mad at themselves. They talked themselves into this situation. You know, like what do they want us to do? That's the real question. What y'all want us to do? Y'all talk about all this liberation and all this other bullshit. What does liberation looks like in the Black diaspora? Huh? That's the real question. And you know what? That should be a topic question for tomorrow. What does liberation looks like in the Black diaspora? To me, it just looked like liberation just goes to Africa. Doesn't go to America or the Caribbean islands or the people in Canada or in England. It doesn't. It just like what do we like? I know what they want, but what do they really want? You know, what do they earn telling us this? You know, that's the real question I want to ask them. Like, yo, what do that look like? What does Black diaspora liberation look like? To me, it just looks like all of the liberation is just going back to Africa. And a lot, we're not gonna get no land. We're not gonna get no type of like ownership to Africa. So what does liberation look like? Like let's honestly, because I'm gonna be honest. I think Black diaspora liberation looks like a Democrat's pipe dream. All those symbolic messages that they were giving us for the last 80 years. Then when we ask for something, they'll be like, oh, yeah, we got to wait. We got to worry about this. Then after that, we solve that problem. We go back to it. We be like, yo, what about this problem with us? They're like, oh, we got another problem that's more serious than this. There's always more. There's always something more important than Black Americans. But you'll come to a Black Americans community kissing babies and shit and shaking hands. So, like, that's why I asked you, what does Black liberation look like? Is that even a thing? That's the real question that we should ask. Is that even really a thing? Black liberation? You know? Like, it would this like questions like this I like to ask Black Snow Bunny King and Shabaka, but them niggas is broke. Them niggas is broke. Why would I want to talk to a broke nigga? Niggas out here getting money. Niggas out here getting chilly like them niggas in California say. I'm supposed to get a symbolic message. I should be happier on my show. Nigga, please. Like, come on, man. Let's really be honest. Like, these niggas is broke out here. And I get it. It's struggle. It's struggle times for these people. I get it. I was struggling at one time. Yeah, I was struggling at one time. They didn't have no car. Niggas is longboarding everywhere. Niggas selling weed off of a longboard. That's how struggling I was. Smoking a blizz, riding a longboard to go serve somebody some weed. I was struggling out here. I got my money up. I give niggas hope out here. I give niggas hope out here. I was struggling out here. But now when I have it, I give it. I don't flodge it. I don't be flogging, talking about I ain't giving you no money. You don't earn my money. But you here every day, my nigga. That's like you going to a club and niggas like, yo, buy a drink. You telling the bartender, yo, you don't earn my money to get me buy a drink here. And you're here at the fucking club every day partying, dancing, dirty rhyming and everything. Getting your little sexy red vibe on and everything. And you talk about, yo, y'all don't deserve my money. You're telling the club owner you're not paying. That's like telling the club owner you're not paying for the club, but you there every day. It's like, yo, nigga, you gotta cough up some money so you could be doing all your dirty whining and all that, hanging from a fucking ceiling and shit. Doing your little Afro beat dancing and everything. That's what these niggas is doing. They're here every day, and I tell them niggas, yo, I pray for y'all niggas not to come here. I don't need y'all niggas here. I tell these niggas that, and they still come on the show. I must be doing something right. I said, I don't need y'all broke niggas on this show. Y'all can watch. I don't need to hear shit from you. You broke. All I hear is FBA low IQ. You're divisive. You're xenophobic. Nigga, how am I xenophobic and you're on this show every day, nigga? How how am I the only real nigga, real FBA nigga right now that support Africa? That's telling people what Africa's doing right. Put it this way: if it wasn't me talking about them French Africans in Paris, France, or all over France and stuff like that, niggas would be thinking that these niggas is chasing niggas with spears. Nigga be thinking niggas be throwing spears. They be thinking these niggas is spear chuckers. And I be telling niggas, nah, they have Black American culture. Their culture is damn near Black American culture, but they put their own shit to it. They put their own culture into it. They'll tell you that the shit came from the United States. This is the shit I used to listen to. And I say, touche, my nigga, you doing it, you doing your thing. Who am I a nigga to be hating on? Player hating. The fuck? Them niggas is honest about that. He's like, yo, all that hip moving with the Africans and stuff like that. They be dancing to their music with that all that. Niggas be getting busy out there. I can't even hate on the motherfucking African. Africans be getting busy out there in France. I don't know what they be eating. I don't know if that's like hyena meat that they be eating, but it look good. I just hope it's not pork because I don't eat pork. I know it's not hyena hush puppies, but they be eating some type of meat on some French bread and stuff like that, grilling and stuff. Yo, them niggas be cooking out like that, grilling and stuff like that, buying a bottle, be do all that. Yo, niggas be bugging. Like this is why I always tell niggas all the time. Like if I'm going to France, I'm not going to the nice areas. I'm going to the mainer. Them French Africans be holding it down. Them Arab Frenchmen be holding it down. I can't say the same thing about hey baby, what's going on? Push me and hyena hush push. Yeah, they be getting busy over there, baby. I'll tell you this. I'm gonna be honest, baby. Them niggas is more reliable in France than in America. You see how these funky ass Africans in America be talking about black Americans? That shit in France is totally different. It's totally different. You be like, yo, where did these niggas? What type of niggas did they send over here to America? The fuck? Like they sent the Greek freak to Greece. They said Victor Ebawimbi to France, nigga. Look who we got. We got Godfrey. We got that Michael Opa Wimpy dude. We got them raggedy niggas. We got Vic Mensa. Like these are the niggas that they sent to America. Those are the niggas that they sent to America. And it's sad. Like this is why I say I'm like, yo, Europe be getting the mega bucks on the immigrants. Like nigga, let's really think about it. If we already had a Victor Opal Wimpy in fucking America right now, that nigga would have made 3 times more money than he's made. Just easy. He didn't have to learn no language. All he has to learn just hang with black people, play basketball, probably be in one of them Hicks areas and stuff like that. And he could have got bit. He'll get busy. Joel, Joel Embiid. He came to America. Boom. He adapted. He adapted. He said, yeah, niggas made fun of him and stuff like that, but he didn't say no raggedy funky shit, you know. And shout out to Joel Embiid. He'll finally probably win a championship and probably don't do anything, but you know, let's be honest, he might get hurt again, you know. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but I'm gonna get my LeBron James and my Jalen Brown jersey. I tell you that. I'm getting both of them motherfucking jerseys. Mm-hmm. I gotta support the black folks, you know. You see, I had to get the USA jersey. The reason why I got the USA jersey because they had black people on the team. They had black people, they had black Americans on there. I almost got Antonio Freeman's son, but I couldn't find his jersey. So it's like I said, I support my own, and I got me a French jersey. I'm still waiting for that shit to come in the mail, you know, because they sent the shit to the wrong place. But like I said, it's just they just send the raggediest, the most raggedy Africans to America. All the French, the German, the Belgian. In Belgium, they got this African guy named Sammy Sosa. I mean Ricky Sosa, some wrestling dude. I was like, "Are you serious?" Don't get me wrong. We got Kofi Kingston, who cosplay of being a Jamaican. He was from Ghana, but and shout out to Kofi. Kofi is from Winston, Massachusetts. He moved to Winchester, Massachusetts. So shout out to you, Kofi. But that nigga, Ricky Sosa, that nigga's hot right now. That nigga's hot in the streets right now wrestling. So that nigga got his own French song. And shot, like I said, shout out. I thought the person who I thought sung that song, I thought it was Niska because it sounds like Niska, but it's not Niska. It's somebody else. Um, but like again, shout out to all the Africans in Europe right now that's getting busy out here. You know, still keeping their culture. You know, or if they're doing Black American culture, say like, yeah, I like DMX and Jay-Z or Kendrick Lamar or some shit like that. Like, yeah, this is where I got my shit from, you know. But yeah, it's like I said, I'm like, yo, these they get busy out here, man. And don't get me wrong, we got some good Africans here, you know. Godfrey's decent. Let me not shit on Godfrey. Godfrey's all right, cause I got ADHD and I know Godfrey got that shit. Godfrey has to have ADHD. The way how he be spazzing out and don't know why. He's spazzing out half the time. And yo, the nigga got ADHD. Didn't forget why he spazzed out. Yeah, he got ADHD. Shout out to Godfrey, but yeah. That one Africa was that 54 African shit. That shit's funky as hell, my nigga. That shit is funky as hell. Give me a second, everybody. Yeah, that was my baby mom. She was like, "Yo, you want Popeyes or McDonald's?" I was like, "Popeyes." I was like, "Nigga, I've been actually make fried chicken for the illest minute." Fuck, I want McDonald's. Nah, nigga, I want Popeyes, nigga. Noka. But yeah, man, I'm gonna say this, man. They've been sitting around, yo, lately. I don't know how immigration been working. They've been sending us the raggedy ass Africans, like the French. They have Francis Ngannou, my nigga. Like, come on. Why couldn't we get a Francis Ngannou? Well, Francis Ngannou probably would be playing football right now. Um, but yeah, this nigga went to France. Nigga. He would have been a way better UFC. he we would have been seeing Francis Ngannou versus John Jones if Francis Ngannou was in America. I'm just being honest. Niggas would have looked at Francis Ngannou like, yo, my nigga, you gotta be doing boxing or what's going on, Rando? How's everything? Yeah, we would have been. He would have been doing boxing or MMA. You know, Francis Ngannou. He had to. I'll say this. He kind of has the genetics to do an MMA. I will say that. And we would have seen John Jones versus Francis Ngannou already at least twice. You know, we would have probably seen that shit at least twice. Ooh, excuse me. And John and Francis Ngannou would have never had a duck and hide. Ngannou, I'll say this: Francis Ngannou did the right thing. He should have left UFC. You know, if he's asking you for something and he's trying to make it, yo, what about my safety and shit like that? Yeah, he did the right thing. We can't get mad. He did the right thing when he went into boxing and knock out one of the guys who probably had one of the greatest top 10 greatest footwork ever. And I'm talking about Tyson Fury. He has one of the greatest footwork. Do I think he's a top 10 fighter? No. Mm-mm. He's not a top 10 fighter. I would have thought different probably 5, 10 years ago. Yes. I would have thought different. I was like, yeah, he's probably a top 10. You know, we might have to move somebody out that spot. But I don't think Tyson Fury is fucking with Ernie Shaver. Because once Ernie Shaver starts hitting you, you'll hear it. Because they say it sounds like a gunshot when that motherfucker hits you. So, and shout out, RIP to Ernie Shaver. He was one of the dopest people I like to see. Oh, I know who I'm gonna put up on that wall right there. Sonny Lister, one of my favorite, if not my favorite boxer of all time. Sonny Lister. Sonny Lister. I think they robbed him the second time of that Ali fight. That big corn fed ass motherfucker. I love Sonny Lister. You know, he got my granddaddy's name, Sonny. His real name is Charles, I think, and my granddaddy's real name is Henry. But Yeah, my granddaddy's name is Henry Perkins. You know, but yeah, yeah, he's lit. Yeah, my uncle. I mean, not my uncle. Sonny Lister's lit. You know, they didn't even know how old that nigga was when he started fighting, because that's the nigga was a sharecropper. The nigga was a real sharecropper. You know, this nigga was beating down niggas at the age of 14. The nigga was Deboing niggas. Yeah. Yeah, Sonny Liston is one of my, if not one of my favorite fighters. And yo, you want to hear something crazy too? Me and Sonny Liston got the same fucking birthday. We got the same birthday. Yeah. He's a little bit older than my Grammy. Yeah, Sonny Liston, man. Shout out to Sonny Liston. You know, he looked crazy. He looked like he killed a few niggas too. You know, yeah, so me and Sonny Liston got the same birthday. You know, give me a second, everybody. Let me tell you something. Once I start really getting into like media and like filming, that's a documentary I want to do. Sonny Lister. I want to do a Sonny Lister documentary, like a movie documentary. Like somebody acting. I do want to do that. That's my dream, to do a Sonny Lister uh film film. Because I don't think he got the justice that he gets. Like everybody did the Ali movie and it was super dope, but Sonny Lister, what? I think that would be great. I think that would win an Emmy. You know, and the nigga shut down the peekaboo, the Mike Tyson style. Yeah, he shut Floyd Patterson down twice. He knocked him out twice. Yeah, Sonny Liston's that big. And Sonny Liston and Floyd Patterson was supposed to be the golden boy. Yeah, he was supposed to be the golden boy. Shout out to Floyd Patterson, man. He got busy out there, so he definitely does deserve respect. Um, I want to say this though, because let's get back into the real topic. Why does it matter that Why does it matter to the Black diaspora that Black Americans claim Africa? I'm gonna say this to Africans, Pan Africans, to all y'all folks. When we were claiming Africa, when we was supporting Africa, y'all was the one that came with the disrespect. We pushed it away for a long time and just say that these niggas don't know no better. These niggas come from a tribalistic continent. Then when in 2020, I'll say 2019, 2020, when we gave pushback, like, hold up, nigga, you ain't gonna be talking to us like that. You ain't gonna be talking to us like that. You came from eating hyena legs to eating prime rib. From now eating prime rib with seasoning and barbecue sauce. Nigga, what is you talking about? What is you talking about? Niggas like, yo, he getting busy out here. Yeah, roasting out here, getting busy out here. We gotta get busy out here because at the end of the day, they're taking it. They're taking our kindness for weakness. Now, when we get pushed back, here come the Pan Africans putting on the fucking cape. Not saying like, yo, y'all Africans need to calm down with that shit. These are the niggas that were helping you out. These are the niggas that got us popping right now. Without Black Americans, Pan Africanism would not be popping. We are the oil and engine to that fucking movement. And now we showed you that we're the engine and oil of that movement. And because we killed it. We took the engine out. We took the engine and oil out the engine and the gasoline of that movement. We took the engine and gasoline out that fucking movement And we haven't really heard of from that movement. The movement, only thing we hear about that movement is the FBA is a fucking cult. That's all we hear. What's going on, Your Highness? We took the engine and oil out that movement, and they haven't been the same. Only time they're popping if they have somebody like us on that show. I'm just, and I'm not trying to say Pan Africans are wrong, FBA's right. I'm just saying this is how much power we have. Y'all been complaining about us for the illest minute. It it's so yo, it's so bad. Y'all going so low talking about we're a fucking cult. How low that you have to be that you have to lie and tell a nigga that they're a cult? You must be doing bad. That's like your baby. That's like you in court with your baby mama. And your baby mama say, "Yeah, you out here smoking crack with the baby, nigga. This nigga don't. This nigga don't need the kid. He's out here smoking crack. I don't want to leave my kid with that nigga." That's the shit that y'all on in this Pan African community. And I'm talking about the black diaspora. That's the type of shit that y'all are on. That's the shit that y'all are on. Yeah, you're right, Your Highness. They hurting out here. They need us. Yeah, we are the chosen one. We told them like, yo, y'all handle that shit yourself. Wait. We can't do it. And I told them niggas all the time, just say you can't do it. You need our help. Just say that. They don't even want to say that. They talk about we just need unity. Nigga, we gave y'all unity since the 50s, nigga. And y'all did shit with it. What the fuck? We gave y'all unity. We gave y'all African unity and you ran from Africa. That's what y'all did with unity. You ran out of Africa with your unity. Let me be up and under y'all niggas. What's popping over here? That's what type of shit that they are, man. And I'm not trying to kick in nobody's back, but the black diaspora unity, it's a transactional thing. It has always been transactional. I'm in Nigeria. We need help. Send some money. We send money over there. I'm in South Africa. We need help. Mandela's in jail. There's millions of y'all over there. Y'all still asking for black Americans to help Nelson Mandela. Y'all couldn't break that nigga out of jail? And y'all the majority? Y'all niggas is crazy. We can't help you. We can't help you. Y'all ain't got no type of military over there that could teach y'all some shit. Nigga, when niggas was busting our heads in, Fred, what's his name? I think his name was Fred Williams. This nigga used to torment fucking the Ku Klux Klan that they had to put this nigga on an FBI list. The nigga came out the military. He's like, oh hell no. When Martin Luther King was doing that bullshit, talking about we need to come together. That nigga was like, oh hell no. I'm gonna teach these niggas how to use guns military style. He started teaching niggas how to use turned into. Every time we get busy, these niggas want to turn down the motherfucking fire. They want to turn down the motherfucking fire and say we need a march, we need to hold hands. Nah, nigga, we need to get busy out here. These niggas is hanging black people from trees like Christmas ornaments, and you want to hold hands and sing, nigga. These niggas is blowing up churches with little kids inside, and you want to sit here and hold hands talking about we shall overcome. Some of us need to get busy out here. That's how it is. That's what we had to tell the civil rights. And the civil rights haven't recovered from that because he said that shit. He's like, yo, we ain't gonna keep on selling out to these niggas. They hate us and want to be us at the same time. It's a mental illness for real, for real. Yeah. Remember I said it's not jealousy, it's just envy. They just want to be us. When you envy about something, you because you want to be that person, it's because that's what you want to do, but that bitch ass nigga is doing it. That's how they think of us. They think that, oh, that bitch ass nigga is doing it. I'm gonna drop a dime on that nigga so I can do that. Like, let me ask you a question. Do you really think a Haitian man founded Illinois while there was already people on that land? Or was that just a face for the white supremacists? If you ever notice, whenever somebody great does something as a collective, they always put a person that's not a non-black American there. They always do. Well, we got a white IT girl. Oh, yeah, open up with her thoughts then call. I immediately the I'm sick of these imposters. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, Lala. Because you know what? They would have done the same shit to you if you would have made a diner call it Karen's Diner. They'll be like, oh hell no. We gotta get these jigaboos out of here. Mm-mm. Yeah, you call the health department on that. Lala said we call the health department. Get them the fuck out of there. Sit them the fuck down. Yeah, sit them the fuck down. That's what you gotta do. You know, it comes with the territory. You know, we put. This is why I always tell the people: play the game how the game is being played. Don't worry about oh, this is the rules and stuff like that because these niggas be changing the rules when it comes to us. Let me ask you a question. Why do everybody always talk about IQ when niggas know that we all don't got the same we all didn't get the same type of education that other people were getting. And what I mean is, if you ever look at these predominantly white communities, they always got the good education, they always got the great equipment, they always got um the great sponsors and scholarships. But you try to compare it with the most raggediest black American school or a black community school. How the fuck are you doing that? That shit don't even make no sense. You must. I'm gonna tell people. I'm gonna tell people who does this low IQ shit. You must be a real bitch nigga to compare some raggedy shit with some predominant great shit. Like Africans do bitch shit like that. Oh yeah, Nigerians have the most doctors. No, you comparing niggas you comparing niggas who come from a lower community to niggas who come from a community that's probably put in with white people. You're not gonna get the same community. You're not gonna get the same education if you're living in a white neighborhood. Don't forget, a lot of these Nigerians, these Africans, they moving out these black neighborhoods, moving into these white neighborhoods. And Mabutu is moving into a white neighborhood. There's gonna be 10 people living in that one house. That's what's gonna happen. There's gonna be more than 4 people living in a fucking house. Within a year, there's gonna be 4 people living in a house. It is what it is. But you can't compare your education, your white community education to the lowest education in the black community. What type of dumb shit are you on? That shit don't even that shit can't even add up. That's like comparing a community college to fucking Harvard. You're gonna get two different type of education. Or that's like I'm gonna give you an example. That's like comparing McGee University to fucking Princeton. Nobody, nobody's better than us. Yeah, that's true. Your Highness, there is nobody better than us. And the thing about it is just because we don't have to leave nowhere. We could, and the thing about it, I get you leaving a country and going to another country, but you got to understand when you go to a whole different country, you got to know the fucking culture. You got to know the whole fucking culture. You got to learn the whole fucking culture. Because if you don't know the culture, how are you supposed to get through? You learn about the government system in America. You learn how to get was it the Section 8, the EBT, the free WIC and stuff like that. Y'all learn how to get all of that. But you don't want to learn black culture, the shit that you're trying to steal and trying to tell people that is bad. How you trying to tell somebody something's bad and you don't even know the fucking culture come from? Like, let's firstly be honest. And this is why I always say, like, yo, I always put the accountability on the old school niggas. Give me a second, everybody. I always put the accountability on the old school niggas because you know what? They were the ones that told them like they're the ones that didn't correct the immigrants on on black culture. For example, hip hop. People laughed at me when I said like, "Yo, a lot of this inspirations and influence came from James Brown." Oh, where you get that from? That's a lie. Ah. Nigga, the influence came from James Brown. James Brown was lit in the 60s and the 70s and the 50s. He was lit. Niggas is dancing by singing with the fly shit on, with the jewelry, chest hanging out. Then you go down south. Niggas is already breakdancing and flipping and doing backflips and shit like that. In Philly, black Americans was already spray painting everything. That's not really a New York thing, it's a Philly thing. And shout out to Philly and New York, because they coined it. Cornbread. Did people contribute? Yes. Caribbeans and Latinos contribute. Yes, they contribute, but it's not like black Americans needed help. It would have been dope anyways. It would have been dope anyways. Now, this is what the reason why I'm saying that. This is why I said, let's, I'm going to read the title again. Why it matters to the black diaspora that black Americans claim Africa. This is why. So they could parasite to onto the culture. The culture that got nothing to do with them. Niggas was saying, and this is the craziest shit I ever heard in my life. Niggas was saying that niggas got fashion from fucking Nigerians. In what world of fucking Willy Wonka this shit happened? I want to know that. When did this? Where was I? Was Fila? I like Fila. Don't get me wrong. Fila was ill. The nigga was lit out here. Nigga, boo, bad, 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 dude. But the nigga got lit in America. Niggas was fucking with him in America. Niggas, and this is how funky his country is. His country was trying to stop him from fucking performing. They always gave that nigga a hard time. I might even say that must have been the cause of that nigga's death. Death was his fucking stress with them fucking Nigerians. Because the shit that he was doing, he was influenced by Americans. When you're singing and rapping and stuff, you talk political shit, yeah, shit's gonna get funky for you. And his son is right now is doing the same thing. What are his fucking sons? The nigga had like 20 wives. You know? Yo, he was lit too. I love this Nigerian dude. He was lit. Like this nigga died in '97, but yeah, he was lit out here. And he had his own style. Niggas He used to dress like this band I used to. Let me find this band that I used to listen to. Like the niggas used to dance. There was like three girls and this guy, and the nigga used to dance crazy. Give me a second. Let me find out what this band is called. Oh my god. I'm gonna find that band. I can't even think of it right now. Yo, these niggas used to bug the fuck out. Hell no, like my auntie told me before she what you can't find money in somebody else's house. Yeah, yeah, it's true. And I'm gonna say this: that nigga was the innovator of Afro beats. He innovated that shit. And you see how these raggedy, you see how these funky niggas right now in Nigeria try to claim that they created fucking Afro beats. These niggas is crazy. I would say that. I would say that he influenced that shit. And I never listened to a fucking Afro beat song in my life. I'm gonna be personally honest. I haven't listened to an Afro beat a song a day in my life. Yeah. Give me a second. Uh, yeah, this nigga had 27 women. He married 27 women. Yeah, this nigga was lit out here. You know, he was out here getting busy. Yeah, nigga died in August 2nd, man. Shout out to him, man. Fila Kuti. Kuti. Yeah, that nigga was lit out here. His own people was giving him a hard fucking time, man. He came down with the real niggas, black folks, chilling, drinking with all his wives, just having a good old time. Felt comfortable, felt like he's at home. Then he had to go back up there with that political shit in Nigeria. He fighting for Nigerians, and Nigerians like, wait. We listening to the white man. We listening to the government. Now in 2026, they want to blame everything on the government. They want to blame everything on the government. This nigga held you down. This nigga got harassed down there every fucking day, fought for your political rights, and y'all niggas kicked this nigga's back in. Y'all niggas ain't shit. Y'all niggas ain't shit in Nigeria. I'm gonna be personally honest. Y'all did my man dirty. And this is why I'm gonna say this. This is why I be mad at some of y'all Africans. I'm gonna say and it's not a personal thing, but at the end of the day, when you have leaders, when you have people fighting for you, you need to protect them. You need to protect them. This is I'm gonna say this. Patrice Lumumba should have never died the way he died. This should have been a fucking civil war in that fucking country when when niggas was beating the shit out of him. Just like when Martin Luther King died. Cities burnt. I'm sorry, cities burnt down. Niggas got busy. Fred Hampton. Cities burnt down. Niggas got busy out here. You should. I'm gonna say, and this is not me kicking y'all back in Africa, but y'all should. You could you could march so much, but my nigga, if there is no violence, all they're gonna think is that we're just all we gotta do is give them some like symbolic message and they'll forget about it. That's what they're gonna think. This is why, and I'm gonna say this to Congo, or was he in Uganda? I think he was Congolese. Either or. This is why France, so is Congo. This is why France does what they do, and them niggas is freaks. They're perverts. Them European Frenchmen, they're perverts. This is why they're getting caught up in them Epstein's list. There's a reason why they keep on getting caught up in that list. Really. Like, and I'm saying this because you don't have ownership. You don't, Black Americans can't claim Africa. That's y'all country. That's y'all continent. I'm a visitor. When I go to your country, I'm a visitor. I can't be like, oh, well, you know what? I'm back at home. No, nigga, that ain't my home. I'm a visitor. If I see a monkey body and it's some soup, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. If I see a hyena head looking at me, I might pass the fuck out because I've never seen no shit like that. It will be a culture shock to me. And I'm not saying all Africans eat that shit. That's mostly that tribal shit. But I'm gonna freak the fuck out if I see shit like that. If I don't see no cuisines or no shit like that, I'm gonna freak out. It's not my country. Any Black American's gonna freak out. Yeah, we hear about the Jollof rice and the what's that, the fufu shit. Nigga, that's not our culture. Fuck am I eating fufu for? That's none of my ancestors made that shit. That's your culture. I can't claim Africa. That's something that's y'all's. You know? But y'all telling us to fight for Africa, say that we're African American or African is intellectually dishonest. It's very dishonest. Because once I start taking claim to Africa, saying that, oh, this needs to be fixed in Africa, y'all niggas don't need to be doing that shit in Africa. Y'all gonna be the first one to say, nigga, this ain't your country. This ain't your fucking country. You see how y'all attack me when I talk about Patrice Lumumba, and I love Patrice Lumumba. I think he did a lot for his country, but I feel like his country did not have his back, and that's why he died the way he died. Y'all didn't have the right people behind him. Ernesto Guevara, he fought for fucking Cuba. You know him as Chav. He died from an Austrian woman. A white woman killed him. Australian woman. She shot him in the fucking head. And she was a part of the CIA. Y'all got to stop having these people behind your back. That's not your people. How the fuck a lady like that infiltrate that man and kill him? Then go back to Australia. Then nothing happened. Y'all were just getting that man's body back. What was it? Like 10, 15 years ago? That nigga been dead since what? The 60s or 70s? He's a martyr. He was supposed to be a doctor, and he said, "Fuck that! I'm fighting for my people." And this man is a fucking what's those people I don't like? He's an Argentinian, and he considered himself black. He fought for black cause. He was in Africa. He was in a country where uh what's his name? Marcus Garvey wasn't in. He was scared to go. He was in Africa. He was helping Africans. He had Russia behind him. That nigga was out here getting busy. But a white woman killed him from Australia. That was part of probably part of NATO. I can't claim Africa, everybody. And I'm gonna tell y'all Caribbeans, y'all can't claim Africa either, because if you go in there, that's like going in somebody's house and telling them, yo, trying to rearrange the walls. And they're gonna tell you, get the fuck out of here. You can't do that in Africa, everybody. But give me like 30 seconds. I'm gonna be right back, and we'll start the show, everybody. All right. Also, everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the live chat. I'm about to make this subscribers only, so subscribe, 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 and also, don't forget to donate. Donate helps the platform. It helps, it helps with anything that needs to be fixed or need to be paid for or anything like that. I come out my pocket all the time. It's straight, but um, little donation does help, and it does show that you do support the platform as well. So thank you. I will be putting it in the live chat. You can help. You can subscribe with Cash App. I do have a GoFundMe for the Brother Morningstar Sir Adams Great Portrayal. So definitely donate to the Brother Morningstar Sir Adams Great Portrayal. That should be coming out soon, probably in the fall. We should be recording in the fall. I have to push it back because I have the documentary to support that. And also in September we will be having Malaikum Salam, Ali. Malaikum Salam, Ali. And also we will be having shirts. We will be having Bronze Reaper logo shirts for sale soon. So I will be doing deals. I haven't thought about the deals yet because I still gotta write it on this board over here. But yeah, let's get into the show, everybody. So what we're gonna be talking about. Hold on a second, before Auntie start bugging out. So what we're gonna be talking about and what we're gonna be finding out is a research show mostly. Why why is why it matters to the Black diaspora that Black Americans claim Africa. I will be showing you like what Auntie has to say. This is a bigger problem being called African, even being called African American. It's kind of like yo, you kind of that's a stretch. It's a stretch. You know, I have been saying, why don't people be called African Caribbean? Um, in certain times, I guess people are being called African Caribbean now because there are Indo Caribbeans, but when you say Caribbean, we know it's African descent, So I know, like I said, a lot of these people are being intellectually. Thanks, Ali. I appreciate it. Uh, this is why I've been saying lately. A lot of people have been intellectually dishonest about what's actually going on, and like I said, I'd rather have a great conversation. It shouldn't be about who's right or wrong. It's about what's true or not true. You know, I think that's more important. But let's get on to the show, and I will be putting the links of the donations. And if you don't want to donate to the platform, you could donate to the short film that we will be creating for the film festival as well. So definitely stay tuned.
I keep saying this, that, and the third in my comment section. So I'm just going to say it. You are not African American. Yeah, I said it, but before you run to the comment section, let me explain. Because by the end of this, you will have a completely new perspective about the term African American. If you're new here, we just don't make claims without backing them up with evidence. So there are three big reasons why I can confidently say you're not African American. But before I tell you, let's just use a little common sense. Let's just say you look at the state of America and you think, I'm done with this. I'm going back to my roots. So you take a little DNA test and book a one-way flight to the country with the largest percentage of your DNA. But when you hop off the plane and set foot in that African country, you realize that that DNA test did not give you one name or village for you to reach out to. Now, I'm sure that the African people in whatever country you choose to go to will be hospitable, but they will all tell you that you are not African. But what about the evidence? Because I did say we back up on claims around here. So here are the three reasons I can say with confidence that you are not African American. The third one's gonna mess you up the most. Number one, that DNA test you just took can't connect you to a single living person on that continent. And that's not a coincidence. You see, when Africans came among the indigenous,
I think you know what? She's actually right. If it can't lead you back to another family member, what's the whole use of you saying you take it? That's why I don't like these 23andMe ass niggas. I'm gonna be personally honest. I almost got caught with the 23andMe shenanigans. So, and I'm gonna say this to all y'all 23andMe ass niggas, y'all gotta stop that shit. It's not cool. Niggas don't fuck with it. It's not a good thing. Y'all gotta stop it.
people, all you had was what someone whispered to the next person before they died. My mother used to tell us that our grandfather used to say he was Cherokee. And I believed her, but she didn't have a document or a paper trail because they didn't give enslaved people paper trails. All they had was each other's word. And now the history books want you to believe their narrative instead of your own family tree. Number two, and this is where it starts to get crazy. They were already here. You see, when colonizers came over to the Americas, they wrote down what they saw. And they said that they saw dark-skinned, melanated people thriving on this land way before slavery. That's not a theory, that's in their records. But here's what they don't teach you in school. In addition to bringing slaves from Africa, they also enslaved the indigenous people who were already here. So after the 250 plus years of slavery, our lineage became blended with some Africans and the indigenous people. Now I need you to stay with me for number three, because this is the most important one. But before I tell you, if you like what you're learning, go ahead and like the video and follow if you want to see more posts like this. All right, number three, colonizers changed our families' names, which helped confuse our lineage. When Africans arrived on this soil, slave traders renamed them and gave them their own European names and reclassified their lineage. Because when you see someone as property, you don't preserve their identity. You erase it and replace it with yours. They didn't just change what.
And also too, Ali, I want to say this. When you take that DNA test, they will tell you that this isn't 100%. They basically tell you this isn't 100%. This is just for entertainment purpose. You know, this is why if you ever DNA test your dog or some type of animal, it'll trace back to some other country. You know, so it's like I said, it's only for entertainment purpose. I don't know why everybody got so tied up on thinking that this 23andMe shit was accurate. Like y'all niggas is crazy talking about running around here talking about you Ebo nigga. Ebo what? Ebola nigga? Like what the fuck is going on? That shit's for entertainment purpose. Like that's nigga. I'm gonna be personally honest. Doing a 23andMe is like playing a lottery or buying scratch tickets, nigga. You don't know what you're gonna get, my nigga. You might win, you might not win. It's really like playing the scratch. It's like really like playing the lottery. Like, and I know a lot of people are gonna get mad that I say that, but it is. 23andMe is like really, it's really like scratching a ticket, my nigga. Like anybody who really takes that shit serious, I'm sorry. Like nigga, where you from, nigga? That's like that's just for entertainment purpose, my nigga. That's not. And niggas really be taking. Yo, nigga, I'm from Nigeria. Look at it says 78. Yo, you see how fucking Shabaka got so serious when he's like, yo, take the DNA test, nigga. That's for fucking entertainment purpose, my nigga. I was like, that shit is not real, dog. That doesn't tell you everything, you know. He got mad at. This is why I was like, yo, this is why he gets in arguments because he takes the 23andMe so serious that like, yo, he's erasing his own culture. Like a lot of, I'm gonna be personally honest. A lot of that shit, the reason why it matters to a lot of these the black diaspora, because they want you to erase your culture. That's all. They really want you to erase their culture. Why do you they get mad at you when they say, "Yo," when you say, "Yo, I'm an admixture of a lot of things. I'm not just African." Now we're pretendians because we say, "Yo, we got Native in our blood. We got Aboriginals in our blood." Like people get mad about that. They get mad that you won't erase your culture. You won't erase your lineage. You don't erase your ancestors. Your ancestors went from being these great people from the 16s, 17s, 1800s to being fucking slaves from some mud hut in Africa. Real talk. This is what they want you to be. They really want y'all to be second class citizens. You know, and this isn't me kicking in the back of the black diaspora or Pan Africans, but at the end of the day, if we're telling you this is our culture, this is our lineage, and we're backing this shit up with facts, why are you mad? Why are we pretending it's because we say that we're an admixture? You want us to put Africa first. That's just say that. Like I always tell people this. You don't have to lie. Just be honest. Cause if you lie and I catch you, you look even more crazy. So don't do that. You're gonna look even more crazy if I catch you. But let's keep on going on.
People were called, they deliberately changed family trees so no one could easily trace back where they came from and who they actually were. Your last name right now might not be your ancestors' family name. It might be the name of whoever they work for or the family they married into. They renamed and reclassified many of your ancestors to make them forget who they are. And we are the children of their grandchildren. So no wonder why some of us are confused, because the odds are your ancestors were here before this country was even named America. And they were the foundation who built America. So that's why you're probably not African. You're a foundational Black American, whether you like it or not. So if you want to go deeper and learn more about foundational Black American legacy, I want to invite you to our private community called The Porch. For generations, The Porch has been where we as a people shared stories, looked out for each other, and passed down what mattered. I built the online version of that with live meetups, guest speakers, and community discussions. It's a space where people who are serious about this history come together, learn together, and grow in their communities. If that sounds like where you belong, click the link in my bio and learn more. I can't wait to see you take a seat on the porch.
Go on, Auntie. Go on, Auntie. Auntie did her thing, man. Oh fuck, I forgot to like the show. Let me go back. Let me go to my history so I can like it. Give me a second, everybody. Um, but yeah, man, yo, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Black Americans, shout out to Tariq Nasheed, man. Tariq Nasheed, yo, Tariq Nasheed put money in a lot of people's pockets. Pan Africans, Black Americans, Foundational Sulon, all of our pockets, you know, and well, Pan Africans actually lost money. I'm not even gonna lie. And the reason why I say they lost money because a lot of people are not going that direction anymore. You know, so shout out to Auntie over here. Oh, hold up, everybody. I might have to. Oh shit! Give me a second. We might have to watch another video after this. Avanti.
I posted a video saying,
Yeah, because actually this fits in with the show. This actually fits in with the show. So shout out to Auntie. Um, yeah, she be getting busy out here, man. Give me a second, everybody. So right now we're gonna look at the point of view of a Hebrew Israelite. You know, I don't like to call them Black Israelites because I think that's a derogatory term. I personally think it's a derogatory term when you call them Black Israelites because were already black, so they're Hebrew Israelites. So right now we're gonna watch. Hold on one second. Uh, okay. Watch that next. So we're gonna watch a conversation with Captain Tazariot from ISPUK. I mean ISUPK. Um, in the conversation with Elder Sarnetta. So shout out to Sarnetta, the Hop family, and I think this is a commit community too as well. They're having a good conversation, so we're gonna watch it. I'll break it down and we're gonna see what's popping.
The whole
Pan Africans got. Oh, hold on one second. Let me start reading this. She has a very good chance. Oh, hold on. Give me a second, everybody. Uh, Let me read some of y'all comments. DNA testing. You have to understand that. Yeah, entertaining purpose. She has a very educational channel. I follow her on. Yeah, yeah. Auntie gets busy out here. Shout out for her for giving us that wisdom on Black American culture or foundational Black American culture. Pan Africans got exposed that they were only making money off the community selling courses, etc. Yeah, I believe that too. I'm gonna put that on the screen. What you said.
Israel is in Africa argument, you'll never hear me argue that. Okay, Israel, let's put Israel. People bring the whole Israel is in Africa argument. You'll never hear me argue that. Okay, Israel, let's put Israel. Let's put Israel in the middle of Africa. I still wouldn't like no Hamites.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
What about what about the European man? Do you like them or the same? You
I
feel
can't
them?
stand it.
That's why I told y'all he's commit. This guy is commit. He didn't like that. That's why when you heard that, I was like, yeah, that dude's a commit. He's from commit. Watch. He's from the commit community. This guy right here, was this a Raku fool? That dude right here, watch. Watch what he does. Watch.
Still wouldn't like no Hamites.
Watch
Yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm.
What about the European man? Do you like them or the same?
And this is where Elder Sarnetta always loses me when he does that. Like when we're talking about a topic, people always have to bring up the white man. We're not talking about the white man right now. We'll talk about the white man later. We're gonna talk about this conversation. And this is why I fuck with Captain Tazariak's channel heavy because he stays on topic. Pay attention. Watch.
Can't stand it. Listen, Sarnetta, man. Listen.
No, hold on. That's the hot seat, brother. You just got to be able to answer it. Now, are you
I
saying you
notice
don't?
every time when I go to talk my shit, you keep stopping me,
All
man.
right,
Yeah.
so you hate the Europeans too.
Let me finish, man. Like Sarnetta, I remember when Christ said to his disciples, "How long have I been with you?" Sarnetta, how long?
So Ali, a Hamite is technically an African. It was the African race. So when this is if I'm saying it right. When Africa was in Africa, Israel was a part of Africa. A lot of these countries were a part of Africa. The Westerns broke these up into continents. So Israel used to be a part of Africa, but it wasn't Africa. So because they were a whole different race. That's why when you look at Africans, you could tell that they're not us. You could tell that like they're 100% African. No matter what tribe they're from and stuff, you could tell that okay, they're probably from a different tribe, but they're Africans. Like if you ever follow like the Israelites, they have tribes. They have tribes that are Puerto Rican, Dominican, South American, Black American natives. They're different, but they're they're same. They're basically kind of sort of the same, but they're a different tribe. They have a different ethnicity. That's all it is. Let me see. Here my occasion to the northern coast of Africa. Oh, you could say that, but I'll say this: Were there Israelites that were African? Were there Israels that live in Africa? Yes, I think that's why I think they were sold to the white men because they weren't the same as Africans. You don't hear a lot of Africans saying that they sold their cousins, their kids and stuff. This was at war. No, they sold Israelites. I personally do believe that they did sell Israelites. They did sell a race that wasn't them. I do believe that. Jafar try establish Troy. Probably. I don't know enough about Jafar tribe.
Have you been with me to ask me such a dumbass question?
No, because I got a follow-up answer behind that.
Yeah, I don't like
This
them
is hot.
niggas.
I'm not here to play with you today.
And just remember,
When we finish this live stream, you my brother. Like you got magic.
man, I'm so glad you said that.
Hold on. You got Magic and you got Isaiah Thomas. When they
Right.
on that goddamn court together,
Right.
there ain't no buddy.
Listen, and
But
let
off
me
the court.
right. So let me make my disclaimer. This
All
is
right,
one
yeah.
thing I love about Sinetta.
Yeah.
Me and Sinetta are about to absolutely bang on each other. And when this shit is over, he gonna call me and we gonna say, "Man, you's a funny motherfucker." I'm gonna laugh at him. He gonna laugh at me. Y'all, and what's important about this is for everybody watching, y'all should take a lesson from this.
Right.
But as I said, we hate the white man. The white man is more of a priority of our level of hatred than Hamites
Why you hate the white man?
because of what he did to us.
What did he do to you?
He enslaved us.
No, he did not. The white man did not enslave you.
Who
The
enslaved
one who enslaves you is Yahweh, is your God. Your God said, because y'all have not taken up the law, because y'all don't want to follow the laws and commandments and the statutes, I'm going to put your ass in slavery. I'm going to send you into a land that is not your own. So why do you hate the white man? Once again,
True, Dorsey, but I have to say but, and I don't like to say but. Unfortunately, what the Hebrew Israelites go with is you are what your father is, so that makes them Hebrew. That's why I always tell you, like, yes, I had kids with Asian, but my kids are still black because my DNA. You know, the seed came from me. You know, that's why they say you are what your father is.
the Most High used the white man to do what he did to you, brother. So why are you blaming the white man and not blaming God? Go ahead.
Like, this ain't even a fucking hot seat. That's such a dumbass question to me.
Answer the question, brother.
Why you got to interrupt me in my answer? Why, like, you talk your shit, talk about the God did it to us. This Isaiah 47:6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou verily laid thy yoke. I'm only going to answer with the Bible before I speak. This is Psalms 137. This is Psalms 137. It says, by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. We wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. But there they that carried us away captive required of us song. So do we know that our disobedience is why we was allowed to be taken in captivity? Yes. Do we know that God punished us? Yes. But can we read in the Bible them talking just like us? Let's see. Psalms 137:7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. So as we go into captivity in the Bible, they still praying for Babylon to be destroyed. So as we in this captivity, because of our disobedience, we still praying for America to be destroyed. Let's see. It says, O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. And do we pray for God? The same God that punished us is the same God that said he was going to destroy this nation. And we pray for that. I'm reading that. Then verse 9 says, happy shall he be that taketh thy little ones and dash them against the stones. This is what they said in the Bible. So why can't, if my ancestors could hate the enemies that enslaved us, why can't I hate the enemies that enslaved us, even if my ancestors disobeyed? Unmute your mic, nigga.
That's funny, man.
The reason why you went into slavery was because the Most High God, your God.
That ain't my question. My question is,
no. You're on the hot seat, brother. You don't really have questions.
Yeah, but you can't handle that. I answered. You about to ask me the same question.
No. You're on the hot seat. Where you at, man? Come on in, bro. But you got an opportunity. Come on in.
You about to ask me the same question, though.
No, but I can ask you it 10 times because you're giving me different answers. Here's the thing.
You see that, everybody? He didn't want to answer that question. He's telling you, Captain Tazaria is saying that he don't fuck with Africans. Captain Tazaria is saying that because the Bible don't really fuck with Africans like that, because they were considered Hamites. I remember back in the days, Black Americans used to think that they were Hamites. I heard my mother say that my mother said she was a Hamite. I was like, Mom, you ain't no fucking Hamite. You're not. You don't have no connections to Africa. What is you talking about? I was like, you're an Israelite. She was like, no, I'm a Hamite. I was like, Ma, do you know what the prophecy is? She was like, what is the prophecy? I said, the prophecy was saying that you after Moses saved the Israelites, he told them that they will go back in captivities, but on boats, and get spread all around the world. You know, and my mother had to think about that. I was like, what race have been spread all around the world and was in captivity? You know? Yes, Dorsey, you're right. You know, that's why, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, this is just the Bible. If this is what you believe in, I'm not trying to say, oh yeah, you believe in this. This is what you. No, we're having a conversation, everybody. So I don't want nobody getting all emotional about this. You know, this is what the Israelites believe, and we as people can't believe. We can't be as people say like, yo, y'all can't believe in this.
Still blaming the white man for you going through slavery.
No, I did not.
Watch this.
I did not.
Can you explain to me why the Israelites and God made the Israelites go through slavery? Why?
Bible explains that God told Abraham his descendants would be enslaved in a foreign land for 400 years before inheriting the promised land. Genesis chapter 15 verses 13 to 16. Theological interpretations suggest this time in Egypt allowed the Israelites to grow into a numerous nation, learn to appreciate freedom by experiencing oppression, and witness God's power through their miraculous deliverance. Exodus. Some also cite it as part of God's timing for judging the Amorites who inhabited Canaan. Would you like to know more about the story of the Exodus itself?
That's talking about the
right
Exodus.
there.
We're talking about today. Like you might want somebody.
Oh, now you saying the same thing Apostle said. It's not talking about today. Go ahead. They're gonna cut you off.
No. That part is talking about the Exodus. You talking about right now. So what I'm telling you right now, first of all, I said it was our disobedience. Listening is an art. But I also read the scripture that God said he was wroth with his people, polluted his land, but thou didst show no mercy. And then I read in the Psalms where it says, O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. So my ancestors cursed at the other nations that enslaved us, even though it was our fault. If I was listening to you, we should be a bunch of bitch ass niggas that just say, man, we can't do shit, man. We disobeyed God. So come on, white man, beat us up some more. That's Christian. Christians live that way. That's not the point. The point of going through this oppression is to figure out why and to stop loving.
Hey, yo, y'all remember I told Shabaka that? I told Shabaka because I told him, I was like, yo, I'm gonna fight for social was it? I said I'm gonna fight for social rights in America. He said, no, you should go to Africa. I said, yo, that's a bitch ass nigga. I said that's a bitch ass way to think. He flipped out. Yo, this is why I fuck with Cap. Cap says the same thing that I be thinking. Watch.
Beat us up some more. That's Christian. And I was listening to you at the other a bunch of bitch ass niggas that just say, man, we can't do shit, man. We disobeyed God. So come on, white man, beat us up some more. That's Christian.
Yeah.
Christians live that way. That's not the point. The point of going through this oppression is to figure out why and to stop loving the white man, to stop following what he said, to stop being obedient to him and be obedient to God. Y'all just don't want to be obedient to God. All y'all niggas want to do is misappropriate the Bible, don't believe in it, and then complain when black people stay in the condition. What Israelites do is give the solution to the problem that we are in, our disobedience. That's called accountability. Like y'all niggas is like women. All of y'all niggas is like a bunch of bitches cackling. And the Israelites are the men. Israelites are the fathers that come in and say, why is this happening?
Oh shit, what's going on, Robin? Conspiracy theory in again, man. He said history is not real. Shout out to Robin. Robin, you're bugging. So let me ask you a question, Robin. Can we say this? White people immigrated to England while there were already people there. That's history, right? There were already black people in England, Scotland, Germany, all over Europe. But when the white man came, they took it over. They colonized it, right? Can we say that? Or is that fake history? I like always trolling Robin. Robin, shout out to you, Robin. Robin from King.
Oh, we disobeying God? Oh, we got to keep the commandments. We got to stop selling drugs, stop sleeping with white women, stop aborting our babies, stop being homosexual, stop doing all of this. And then we give the solution, and it be y'all, the women, that don't want to follow us. And then it'd be a bunch of brothers that come along and they say, you know what? We gonna get down with y'all. So y'all are the problem. We are not the problem. Y'all wanna, and then if I could add, y'all wanna love them funky ass Africans. Y'all show me them fucking Africans listening to us, following us, doing anything for us. All of you blackity black niggas that say Africa this, give me the African revolution for black people that they've done. That's not for their monetary gain.
Hold up. Listen to what he just said.
Are the problem. We are not the problem. Y'all wanna, and then if I could add, y'all wanna love them funky ass Africans. Y'all show me them fucking Africans listening to us, following us, doing anything for us. All of you blackity black niggas that say Africa this, give me the African revolution for black people that they've done. That's not for their monetary gain. I'll wait. That's what I want to see. Bring that shit out.
And that's pan-africanism. And he called out pan-africanism. Cap called out pan-africanism. He called out the black diaspora. He said it. And at the end of the day, yes, I say it all the time, but you're hearing it from another streamer. A person who's an Israelite, who fucks with Jamaicans, Haitians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. You hear like I fuck with the black diaspora, but I'm not supporting y'all niggas. I'm not no. I would support y'all niggas, but I'm not gonna help. Why the fuck am I gonna help? Y'all niggas has lost your fucking mind. Who told y'all niggas not to fight? Fuck that. But yeah, you're hearing this from an Israelite. Y'all not hearing this from me, you know? So, and this is the difference.
I can show a plethora of American black people that will fight and die for the continent of Africa. I cannot show a plethora of Africans that will fight and die for African Americans.
Mm,
They what they will do is call us lazy. What they will, and here's the crazy part about calling us fucking lazy. Y'all call us lazy when every advantage that every immigrant has is because of what black people did for them. When them funky ass Africans come over here and they're able to take advantage of whatever educational system, it's because of black people. When they come over
mm,
here and get any job, it's because of black people. They really should come over this motherfucker and say, thank you, man. What can I do for you? I got
mm,
$5,000 for all of your ancestors because of the blood, sweat, and tears that your ancestors did. But
mm,
instead, what do? They come over here and have the absolute audacity to say y'all lazy. How the fuck can black people be lazy when we the ones built this country? When we the
mm,
ones fighting their wars? Imagine us
mm.
not being in World War II. You know what they wouldn't have? When the black man flew that airplane, and when y'all go look at that movie, the Tuskegee experiment, when we flew them planes, they didn't lose one escort. That's black people. When you want to talk about heart surgery and the medical science and all that shit that we did, that's black people. When you want to talk about the colleges and all that stuff, that's black people. Now you show me something some funky ass African did. I'm waiting, so I'm supposed to be on the hot seat. Where these niggas at?
See, that's a lot of
Nah,
hatred coming out you right now, brother.
No,
yeah, that's what they always do when niggas tell the truth. When they tell the truth, people always talk about his hatred. How is it hatred and he's telling the truth? This is why I fuck with Cap. I think Cap, yo, shout out to Cap, man. Cap tells the truth about Africa. You know, in the black diaspora, if you really want to be honest, you know, even though I don't think it's a unified front, Hebrew Israelites and FBA. I don't think it'll be a unified front, and the reason why, Dorsey, and I fuck with Israelites. I love the Israelite community. It's because the Israelites bring in the Caribbeans, you know, and even the Latinos. So FBA's and it's not that FBA's hate Caribbeans and the Latinos. It's just it's kind of hard to fight for them because every time we do fight for them, it's easy. We fix it, and when we have issues and when we have these social issues, they're never there. They're like Pan Africans. Only time they're there is when there's a profit or when there's money or when you could get some free shit or you're destroying some shit and all the blame will go to a black American. That's the only time. Other than that, that unified shit, I don't think it's gonna happen. And that's just what I think or I believe. Am I saying that I'm right? No. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm just saying I don't believe it's gonna happen. Bronze, they were slaves, Hebrew Israelites intermarried with the Aboriginals. Yes, I do. I agree, Dorsey. I agree. But I'm telling you, our social issues right now, nobody helps. And I'm talking about collectively. I'm not talking about individually. I'm talking about collectively. You see, when there's a social issue with Jamaica or the Caribbean islands or Africa, it's a collective. There's a black collective people that help. It's not that we don't get the fair. We don't get a fair trade when it comes to Black American social issues. This is why they're having a problem right now with us because of that. You know, it's because a lot of black people collectively is not helping. That's the thing. Collectively, black people are not helping, and it's hard. And the fight is hard, even though that they have white people. A lot of white people are gonna leave because a lot of these, because you got to understand, these white people been fighting for these immigrants social issues for probably 2 3 years right now, and a lot of them been getting put down, a lot of them been getting shot, and I'm talking about shot. You know, one bitch tried to run over an ICE agent or a police officer, and she got shot the fuck up, and she had 3 kids. Another guy got beat the fuck up and fucked around and found out with the police. And this is why, don't forget, the liberals have been crying towards black Americans to help. And we said that is not our problem. That's an immigration problem that the immigrants should be trying to solve. They got mad about that. This is why the Democrats turned on us and said, like, black black Americans, this FBA shit is a bots. These are bots. That's all we've been hearing. Remember, Dorsey? They were like, oh, they're bots, they're bots, they're bots. That's why it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And it's all right. It's just we gotta be honest.
And when y'all go look at that movie, the Tuskegee experiment, when we flew them planes, they didn't lose one escort. That's black people. When you want to talk about heart surgery and the medical science and all that shit that we did, that's black people. When you want to talk about the colleges and all that stuff, that's black people. Now you show me something some funky ass African did. I'm waiting, so I'm supposed to be on the hot seat. Where these niggas at?
See, that's a lot of hatred coming out you right now, brother. Let me go on over. Suntan, turn on your camera, man.
Niggas. Show me the African niggas. Show me the African revolution. The Taliban, Al Qaeda, all of them motherfuckers will fight and die.
All right, hold on, Cap. Let them go. Go ahead, Suntan.
Yeah, I told y'all, everybody. Even the Israelites is pushing back on the black diaspora, specifically on Africans. You know, but also
go ahead, African.
But also,
the lady made a very good point. She talked about.
But also, you have to understand too, a lot of these Caribbean people collectively didn't help. Were there certain individual Caribbeans and Africans? Yeah, absolutely. They're 10 toes down a rider. But other than that, a lot of them didn't help. You know, they say, oh no, these niggas can take care of it. This is why when niggas bring up that African unity or African union, that shit doesn't mean anything to Black American, because there's not one Black American representative. There's not one Black American representative, and the Caribbeans just got in. There's just been an African representative like a few years ago. They just let a Caribbean into that African Union thing. The other two genocides, Israel. So yeah, it's a Hold on, let's be real. How could slavery even work? Because if I had 2 slaves, they would murder me. Um, that's cap. That's cap, Robin. So you don't think slavery existed? This nigga, bro. So Robin, you're telling me you don't think slavery existed? Well, we were killing you anyways. That's why slavery ended. A lot of y'all were dying off the plantations. Don't forget that nigga Nat Turner killed like 52 of y'all niggas. That one nigga killed 52 of y'all niggas. That nigga Moses Dixon was about to massacre y'all. Thank God the Civil War happened. He had 200,000 Black Americans in his pocket. with guns and weapons and other weapons. What's going on, Convo? So, Robin, that's not true what you're saying. Yeah, y'all was about to get massacred, man. Yeah. There was, like I said, if Nat Turner only had like 10, 12, maybe even 20 people and he killed 52 of y'all off the plantation, that's telling y'all something. Y'all had to let go of that slavery. Y'all had to figure it out a different way because it was breaking bank. That shit was in breaking bank. Y'all was losing more money having slaves than you are telling me that one scrawny white man control like 60. Yeah, Robin. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe Thomas Jefferson had slaves? Even though this nigga was a freak? He was a freak. He had a lot of black mistress. Thomas Jefferson was a pervert, and he was your president. Andrew Jackson was known as one of the he was a slave killer. They call him an Indian killer. Yeah. He was a liar, but yeah. But everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment in the live chat. When you comment in the live chat, don't forget to share with 5 people, 5 platforms, or 3 people, 2 platforms, or 3 platforms, 2 people, or whatever how you want to do it. Just let it be 5 because 5 is my favorite number. And thank you, I appreciate it. And don't forget to donate, everybody. I will be putting the links back up on there.
Who maintain strong cultural.
What is your thoughts on the diaspora? What do you think is just an online thing? When did you see it started to manifest itself? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
So diaspora is a population of people dispersed from their original geographic homeland who maintain strong cultural, emotional, or political ties to their ancestral identity while living somewhere else. So it was important for me to read that because we are not a part of Africa's diaspora. And so because that is the case, for those of us that descend from the 388,000 continental Africans that were sold by other African tribes that arrived here in the USA, that was the diaspora, right? What we are now today is a new ethnic group. We had an ethnogenesis, right? I know we're going to get into DNA, so I won't talk about the genetic profile. But the bottom line is that we are a new creation. We don't have any ancestral, political, social ties to the continent of Africa or any country because those countries didn't exist when the subset of our ancestors that came from the continent were here. The other word that I have a problem with that in that conversation is the word war, right? A war requires 2 sides to be going at it, right? Sister Brooke told us that, and
Dorsey, his name is Moses Dixon. He was about to start a movement or a group called the Liberty of Knights or Liberty Knights or some shit like that. Yeah, nigga got busy out here. Yeah, and this is the difference between Black Americans and Africans in the continent. This is what we're talking about. We'll give our life for our brothers and sisters. A lot of those people will submit. We're not built that way to be submitting to somebody who's inferior to us. And when I say they're inferior to us, because Black Americans are the superior people. Do I believe that? Yes, I do believe that. I believe Black Americans are the superior people in the world. We're the only people with balanced genetics. And it is what it is. Achievement shows everything.
you grew up here in New York as well, so for a long time we've always heard these racist tropes that the Afro immigrants have trafficked in, right? If you watch, date myself a little bit, but if you grew up watching In Living Color, you remember that Hey Man skit, right? Where the Jamaicans had like 20 jobs, right? There was everything, and so it was funny, But in that skit was, oh, they work so hard, right? So, and that is kind of what that trope was playing on. And so we've always heard it, but we was like, you know what? Like, all right, let them believe what they need to believe, right? Like, and we just played it off, we played it to the left because, like you said, we didn't want to punch down on nobody, right? We know who we are, we know what we've done here. So it was no need to fight them on every little thing. It was like, all right, it was almost like when you, I don't know if anybody has siblings, but when you're the older brother or older sister, and you got that little brother, little sister, I think they could beat you. And you're like, all right, go sit down somewhere. Or if they hit you, you're like, all right, if I really haul off, I'm gonna get in trouble, one, but two, I'm gonna hurt you. So I'm just gonna let you. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hit you below the belt like you're trying to hit me below the belt. But you can only hit me below the belt because you can't reach higher than that, right? And so what's happening here is that they're friends.
This is why I say we are the superior race in the world right now. And what I mean by superior, I mean like by achievements. We could get anything done. We can adapt to anything. You know, we don't have to leave. We stay where we are. Like it's put it this way. Hold on one second. Hold up, everybody. I think I just found something. Oh shit. Yeah. Let's play this. Go on.
Framing us finally giving them pushback as a war, right? Because their conversations never changed. They've always thought it was a white country. They've always had this inferiority complex when it comes to us. They call us the main character, and they've always had these racist tropes that they traffic in. The only thing that's different is that now we're like, hold on, Pierre. Hold on, Tunde.
Yeah, getting too carried away now.
Right, hold on. Now you hold on. You're doing too much. Right, just the same way you would get on your brother or little sister if they went from hitting you below the belt. Now they picked up a weapon. It's like, wait, hold on. That might not hurt as much, but it's gonna hurt more than what you've been doing. So I gotta check you also, because if you do that, then you're gonna think you could do everything else or do more than that.
Right.
And so it's not a war, and we're not a part of the diaspora. The diaspora war, right, is what's going.
I gotta question everybody. I might play this at the end of the show. I think Cameron responded to Vic Mensa 2 hours ago. I think he just responded. Do we want to watch this?
On in the Caribbean right now, with Jamaicans expelling Haitians that don't want them there, right? A diaspora war is what's going on in South Africa right now, where you got them physically and violently getting Nigerians and Ghanaians up out of their country for whatever their reasons are, and that's their business. So it's not a war. It's us finally checking the disrespect that has been coming from Africa's diaspora for far too long. And we're not, and you want to know why it's not a war? Because never once in our history, nor is anybody talking about it today, doing what the Caribbeans are doing to each other, mainly Jamaica and Haiti right now, but it mixes around and it kind of, flows to other countries. And what's happening in South Africa with the Ghanaians and with the Nigerians. We have never, ever instituted violence on anybody because they are Haitian, because they are Jamaican, because they are Nigerian, because they are Dominican, because they are Puerto Rican. We've never done that. Now, we've had beefs, but it's never been based on because of who you are. All we're saying is, look, you can't disrespect us any longer. And matter of fact, because of your disrespect, hold your own. You're going to have to do what you need to do for you, and we're just going to do what we need to do for us.
Yeah, we're going to watch that at the end of the show, everybody.
I agree with you, what you're saying. I didn't even think about it like that, because even if you think about just it's Black Americans, it's like 1 versus 50. You know what I mean? We getting jumped. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? This fight is this war can't be fair. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, we got to go against the other people that's running the show. And I don't like to say their name, but it sounds similar to my name. But it's just an uneven fight. So I mean, I think they are mad that we are voicing ourselves, but I think it's been like this from the beginning of time. I just think that with the platforms of social media, we can actually hear them and they feel confident about, it's just like when somebody's getting jumped at school, right? You know what I'm saying? Or you got this little person that you think, okay, I'm gonna get them. And now even the people that wasn't tough want to then jump on them too. You get what I'm saying? Yep. So when you're just like, hey, I don't want to, you're not looking for violence. You're just looking for equality. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cool, I respect you, go about your business. And then it's like, oh, well, you ain't say nothing when this person did something, I'm gonna do it too. So it's just more like a a gang on thing. And I don't want to sound like a victim as a black man, but it's just like, we're not trying to resort to violence. We just, because I think a lot of our moments, we uplift everybody that's here, from the Jamaicans to all the Caribbeans. We embraced everything about them. We loved and supported them, and now we're just tired of the disrespect.
And just to piggyback real quick, I ain't gonna be long.
Yeah.
But just that last point you said is part of the reason why, because you had asked, well, how can we keep putting money into other people and not just ourselves? Is that reason right there? We never had a problem sharing the wealth or sharing the love. So I'm saying, so it's really out of our character to be how we're being right now. But it's almost like it's a means of survival now, because we can't be how we used to be. Because like Sister Brooks said,
I'll say this. I don't think it's out of the character. I think people just getting tired. It's like, yo, I give you $1 million. I give you $1 million. You call me a broke nigga because you got $1 million now. Like, look I got $1 million and it's all because of my hard work. No, nigga, you didn't do anything. I'm the one who did all the footwork. I'm the one who did all the hard labor so you can get it. You did the easy part, my nigga. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? As a historian, I see the connection by time, ancient, modern history. Yeah, when you get older, you can start to break it down because of the wisdom that you have, Dorsey. So yeah, I agree with you.
they're using our love and killing us with it.
I don't think it's a diaspora war. I don't think. Never in recorded history have you anything that's in books of foundational Black Americans invading someone's country or so and to claim cultural dominance. That is not true. I think what's happening is Black Americans are finally deciding that we are going to put shit in check. We're going to set boundaries and you're no longer going to disrespect us. You took our kindness for weakness, and that's what's happening. And I think the reason why foundational Black Americans are responding so aggressively is because for the past 60 years, we've just been letting stuff slide so long, just letting it slide. So we're just like, hold on, wait a second. No, we're not going to do this. Listen, I know someone said, oh, you guys don't have the same energy for the white man. No, that's not true. We always put a mirror up to white supremacy.
We're the only ones that fight white supremacy. And you know why? Because, yo, Black Americans, back up Black Americans. As the example that I gave about Honorable Patrice Lumumba, he was saying the right shit. It's just he didn't have the manpower. He didn't have the team. He had the education. He had the wisdom. He had everything. It's just his people didn't back him up. His people technically turned on him. He was killed by the fire squad. By the fire squad. That's how he died. Now, who the fuck you think did that? Who in them videos think? Who those people in those videos beating the shit out of Patrice Lumumba? You can't say it was the fucking government. It was his own people. This is why I tell you they turned on him. And this is why I said, like, yo, if you're gonna go to war, make sure your people's backing you up. Oh yeah, we multiply. Dorsey said with white women. Shout out to Dorsey.
We always have. We are just saying we are not having another colonizer. That's what's happening. So again, yeah, we are getting jumped, but two things can be true at the same time. Where we are fighting white supremacy, and we're also, hey, we got to put y'all in check as well, because you guys come in, you are aligning yourselves with them. We thought we had a sister and a brother. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say everyone, but we are dealing with the collective. That's the thing. We're not talking about individual relationships. I have in my life, I have people of Caribbean immigrant descent or so, and I love them. And I have this conversation with them. I'm like, listen, if you want to stand with me, then fine. Then that's it. You know what I'm saying? But this is not about you censoring yourself, because this is our time now. And we have to do for ourselves. So yeah, this is
I
not a
agree.
diaspora war. It's just us responding, and it's being labeled as a diaspora war.
So whenever I hear the term diaspora war, I never hear it from a Black American. So that says something right there. And I love that you dropped the definition of diaspora, because that's not something we're doing. I think anytime I hear non-Black American people get upset, a war has to be fought both ways. We're just saying, I'm not from Africa. Oh, you so and so.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, like, and then our response be, but I'm not from Africa. And we'll just keep repeating then we go so far as to be like, okay, well, this is my lineage. My mother from Virginia. And then, oh, fuck you. Like, it's like, so it's very obvious that the war it's not a war. It's a fight. And it's a one-sided fight that Black American people, when we dealt with white supremacy, the nature of us was to never turn up on white people. We come together. So why would we do it to you now? Why are you so important? Why are you so different? And you ain't even got the power white people got in America. What I think it comes from is when Black media control is so important. And we don't put enough power into it. And the reason I say that is because if you're in another country and you turn your TV on and you look at what is the culture of America and all you see is white people, you ain't even gonna know what white supremacy really look like. You're going to think, well, America is this. And that's why when I talk to white people, those are my favorite people to disrespect sometimes. I'm not going to hold you. And so when they say disrespectful shit, like one time a guy called me a black bitch. And I said to him, what's your ethnicity? He didn't know. He said he was from Europe. You're a liar. You don't know that. I said, what's your culture? What they eat in Europe? I don't know. You know why? Because your culture is grilled cheese. Your culture is mullets and trailer parks. So because white America ain't shit, it has now put a stain on anything that's American. And we fall into that. So if you're coming here and you're looking at, you're in another country and you're looking at all the shit that white America has done in other countries, all the confusion they cause, you ain't gonna like it. You're going to come over here with a little chip on your shoulder, and you're going to look at the people like us and be like, well, you stupid for even staying here. Look at you. You ain't got nothing. So I think it's large. A lot of it is a lack of education. It is a lack of Black American people specifically being able to run our own newspapers. I don't think to this day we have a daily newspaper that's putting out the image that we want people to know about us.
Shady
With the
Room
news.
is owned by isn't it
An
African woman? Or
sure
something?
is. And I notice when it comes to the images that she puts about Black American people, she ain't got no shame and she don't question for 2 seconds. And I don't know what camera I gotta look at, but you know I don't like him. She don't think for 2 seconds to finesse how she makes Black American people look. But when it come to an African, they always got the garb on and they always doing something positive.
One, we have to we have to focus on ourselves, because we're at a point now where when President Devon was talking about the little brother, it was all good till you got in our politics. Now you are standing at the White. Look, Jean-Pierre was the press secretary in the White House and had the nerve to fix her mouth and tell us that she don't agree with reparations. Who the fuck is she to stand in a position that she could never have if we didn't give it to her? And then tell us what we don't deserve in our country. You go back to Haiti and finish paying France since you want to talk about reparations. Then we got people like...
Shorty knows she's throwing shade at Haiti right now when she said that. Listen to her.
To stand in a position that she could never have if we didn't give it to her. And then tell us what we don't deserve in our country. You go back to Haiti and finish paying France since you want to talk about reparations. Then we got people like Byron Donalds and wherever state that is. I can't even remember this. And where?
Florida.
In Florida, sitting there telling us again, we don't deserve reparations. Then what's his name in Boston? What's the other two?
Baltimore.
Westmore and Baltimore, telling us that we don't deserve reparations. This is a problem. Okay, so this is the issue that we're having now. And so since you have infiltrated into our politics as we are fighting our oppressor on our land for what we deserve, for what our ancestors, what is deserved to us by birthright in the country we built, we are going to take you down tooth and nail. And to those of you that don't agree with those people, you're not taking them down. So don't fix your mouth to tell us how to take them down, because you don't take down the crooked leadership in your countries. And then you have the nerve to tell us how to do it over here. We don't have time for it. I don't have time for love. I don't have time for forgiveness. I don't have time to teach you. The time to teach was the past generation. Look back then. My big sis Keisha from Thorough Black Talk, they ran all types of Black History meetings every freaking week, where they would disseminate information and everything like that. And now, and look how 20, 30 years now, you know what I'm saying? Y'all still don't understand what it is. Y'all still don't know to get on code. Y'all still don't know that who your oppressor is. And another thing, y'all sit here and talking about, what America is. Understand, there has always been two Americas. There's white America and there is Black America. Since the founding of America, hence the name Foundational Black Americans. Since the founding of America, we have been here. Since they put pen to paper and belt to ass for independence, we have been here. They have had their America. Remember, because it was literally legally enshrined in law for there to be two Americas. We're called Jim Crow. They was over there and we was over here. So you cannot tell us what America is. And if you had so much problems with what America had.
And the crazy thing, when we did have Jim Crow, we were progressing we were stronger than them. And they're the one who made the fucking rules. It got so bad that we were making millionaires that they wanted integration now. Like, come on, let's not play, everybody.
Has done to your country or other countries.
Come on.
Why do you come over here and align with the very same person who did that to you in your country? Why would you do that? It looked like to me, if you had such a problem with it, you would come over here and align with the only people that are fighting them. And then when you were talking about being jumped, you got dang right we being jumped. We being jumped by the white supremacists. We being jumped by the people that got that name, who also identify as being white. And we are being jumped
Mexicans.
now by Caribbeans and Africans. And
yeah, lady got busy, man. She wasn't playing with y'all. She was not playing with you. This is why this is now the question. Now after we seen this, this is the real question. Why does it matter to the Black diaspora that that Black Americans claim African? France, I am FBA, and FBA women are strong enough to speak out where are female Hebrew Israelites. I'll tell you this. Their culture is different, Dorsey. Their culture is different. They don't do that. So you can't compare FBAs to Hebrew Israelites. One is a lineage, the other one is structures and commandments with bloodline. So it's different, Dorsey. I get what you're saying, but it's different. Even a nation again, Dorsey, you can't compare Islam with Hebrew Israelites. They go by different rules and regulations, Dorsey. Let me give you an example, Dorsey. After we seen this was a strong speech that this lady did, and it was very strong. I enjoyed it. Give me a second, and I'll give you an example. We're talking about cooking. If you know I'm allergic to pork and stuff, and you cook pork and you sauteed it and you cooked it real good and stuff like that, you're not gonna be like, oh, where is a Rochelin's uh spare ribs at? Why didn't you make the spare ribs like I made my spare ribs? And I'm gonna be like, Dorsey, I'm allergic to spare ribs. Why would I cook? Why would I even touch that shit? You know, so it's different, Dorsey. Certain people do certain things, Dorsey. Some people, and this is where you're doing white people shit, Dorsey. I'm gonna have to say you're doing white people shit. Um, for example, I have to say it, Dorsey. You're doing white people shit. So what I mean by you doing white people shit is like, even you know that somebody's doing something different, you're still trying to compare it to be the same. Hebrew Israelites and the Nation of Islam is totally two different religions. They both do two different things, and you're still trying to compare them to each other. White people do that shit, like Chug the Builder, Nick Flintez, even though I consider him a Mexican, and so on. And you can't do that, Dorsey. It's two different. And put it this way: let's say they're both in two different. Let's say okay, they're two different countries. We can see that they're two different countries. We can't be like, well, why isn't the Israelites doing it? Because that's their laws. Hebrew Israel. If you ever notice, if you ever seen a Hebrew Israelite debate, they don't debate women. They don't debate women. They think that's foul. They believe in protecting their women and talking for their women, so the women don't have to do that. They don't want to put that in a women's situation. This is why, if you ever think about it, you never really seen a Hebrew Israelite women debater, because that's not their space. They don't do that type of stuff. Only time you see them debating is if they debating other women, but you won't see them debating men. No, it's not that they're simp. It's just their laws. That's a it. Dorsey, it feels like you're just picking and choosing now. You know why I'm saying that? Because I just thought of something. When I said Carmelo Anthony, if he was going to get charged, he should have got charged with manslaughter. You was like, no, he should have fought. He should have fought like a man and stuff. I told you, but Dorsey, that's the law to it's a stand your ground law. You'd be like, nah, that's some bitch shit. But Dorsey is the fucking law. You'd be like, nah, he should be in jail. You still talking about he should be in jail after he didn't break no law. He exercising his constitutional right to bear arms, nigga. And you still now we're talking about Hebrew Israelites and Nation of Islam, and I say this is a law. You're like, no, we shouldn't follow the law. We shouldn't follow that law. You know, it's some sim shit. It's the law, Dorsey. That's the law. They can't do it.
Saying how black people should stop calling themselves African American. And people were blowing me up in the comments. And the one thing I kept seeing over and over was people saying, but everything comes from Africa. Let's actually talk about that. Because that sounds real kumbaya on the surface. But the second you follow it all the way through, it falls apart. No matter what side you're on, stay with me. Because what I'm about to tell you will blow your mind. Let's use a little common sense. If everything comes from Africa, then even white people are African, right? If we're tracing all of humanity.
How many times I say that shit? And niggas always, and these 23 and me ass niggas always say they only have 3%. Robin, this is why I say you are African. This is why I say you're an African. And they always argue with me, Robin, you are not African. I say, yes, Robin is African because he has African DNA. Everything comes from Africa. That's why I say it. I mean, watch, listen.
Will blow your mind. Let's use a little common sense. If everything comes from Africa, then even white people are African, right? If we're tracing all of humanity back to the continent of Africa, then every single person on this earth could be called African. Your white neighbor, African. The current president of France, African. The people who claim the Great Wall of China, African. The people who built the pyramids. Wait, they actually were African. But you see the problem. Nobody is walking around calling white Europeans Africans just because early humans migrated out of Africa 100,000 years ago. So why does that argument only show up when we, foundational Black Americans, say we belong here in America instead of over in Africa? But let me be fair. Maybe people don't mean it for literally everybody. Maybe they just mean Black people came from Africa, so that's their real home. Let's follow that logic all the way. Let's say a person is born in Nairobi, grew up in Nairobi, they speak Swahili, and now they moved to Atlanta, Georgia. Are they Americans now? Or does identity have to be earned through generations of history, culture, community, and contribution? You see, identity is not where humanity started. It's about lineage. It's about where your people went and what they built when they got there. Europeans ended up in Europe and adapted there. And after thousands of years, we call them Europeans. Even
Only like, I would say this. I don't even think it was 1,000, Auntie. I think it was probably like, if it was, it'll probably be like 1,200 years. I don't think, like I said, I don't think Europeans been in Europe that long. You know, they just, because don't forget, ruled the Moors ruled Europe for thousands of years. You know, it just became a white country. It just became a white continent probably 900 years ago, 9 to 1,000 years ago, 9 to 1,200 years ago. If you are a real one, you would go to extra step to teach yourself and children a language that is your heritage. What, Geechee? I don't even know how to speak Geechee, man. Come on. The fuck? I was ease off some who don't go. Yeah, I don't go to class for that, Dorsey. Jesus Christ. Dorsey, all I'm gonna tell you this, man. They have different laws, man. It's just, we could critique the laws, but at the end of the day, we can't be like, oh yeah, this is better than that, and that is no, it's just their laws. They don't do it. I have seen women try to debate Cap, and Cap was like, yo, I'm not debating no women. He's like, I refuse to. They'll probably like, if there's a white woman outside or some other woman who wants to ask questions about the Bible, yes, but debating, no. They won't do that shit. Like if they're asking questions about the Bible and then they want to push back, yes. But debate, yeah, I want to debate you. Nah, nigga. We don't do that. Like they'll debate a white woman because they look at white women lesser than. So it's that's how the Hebrew Israelites look at it. They look at white women lesser than because of Jesus Christ or Yahweh Shah. You know, Yahweh Shah called a white woman a dog, called her a bitch. So, so he called her a bitch for asking for help. Yeah. So let's not. Yeah, nah. I am talking Hebrew Israelites. Don't think before 12. He said, don't think before 12. Shout out to Dorsey.
Even though, by your logic, their ancestors came from Africa too. Some Africans stayed on the continent. They built civilizations there, empires, cultures, and kingdoms, and we call them Africans. That makes sense. Others left and populated the world. Now, foundational Black Americans, even after all our ancestors endured, stayed here in America. We built here, invented here, cleared the land for national parks. We fought in every war for this country. We created art, music, food, style, and language that has become the backbone of what America is today. America as a country is 250 years old, and chattel slavery went on 246 years in this country. And if slavery was abolished in 1865, that's at least an extra 160 years that indigenous Black Americans were here building this country before it was even called America. What do we call people who came to a place and built it from the ground up? We usually put an N at the end of the country's name. Africa, African. America, American. We are Americans, foundational Black Americans. But this next part's gonna mess you up. But before I tell you, if you like what you're learning, go ahead and like the video and follow if you want to see more posts like this. So while people in my comments are telling us we're not African, they're white people born and raised in South Africa. 1 or 2 generations from a family that moved there permanently. And they call themselves African. But guess what? Nobody argues with them. Nobody shows up in their comments with a lesson about migration. Nobody says, but your great-grandparents came from Amsterdam.
I will tell you, Dorsey, it was the Moors. The reason why I say the Moors, the statues, the artifacts, everything were black. You know, one nigga looked like you, Dorsey. So one nigga in Scotland looked like you, Dorsey, with the little helmet. What is it? One of the metal helmets with a little sword, looking like Christopher Columbus, like that.
Just African, because that's where their families settled and built their home. So explain this to me. Why does that logic work for them, but not for us? Why can white South Africans claim Africa after 1 or 2 generations of building there? But we, foundational Black Americans, can't claim America after generations of literal lineage, blood, sweat, and sacrifice we put into this soil. I'll tell you what I actually think. I don't think people commenting have a problem with logic because the math checks out. I think they have a problem with America. And I understand why you could be mad at it. But that's something you have to work out between you and this country because his story is not always accurate. Most foundational Black Americans were indigenous free men before chattel slavery, and others became freed men after slavery ended. That's another part of what makes us foundational Black Americans, not African. Drop a comment and tell me, do you think identity is about where humanity began or about what your
Shout out to Auntie, man. Even with the dope ass music, almost had a tear. Almost shed a tear because of Auntie. Shout out to you, Auntie. She does a great job, man. Now we're gonna watch Adonis. Black Americans not African American. We're gonna watch this. This happened 6 months ago. I wanted to do this. I don't know if the channel shut down, but this was important. And you can see that this girl is Pan-African. Most likely Jamaican because she got the Zion colors.
Guys feel about FBA and them denouncing their African ancestors? I find it so disrespectful.
Woo, hold on. What's up, guys? This is going to be a very exciting video. I just want to break down a couple of things. I seen this on my For You page and I just had to jump up in this. Hold on. If you like this video before I said this right now, you're a true legend. But if you're seeing members who get
about, I wanted to ask African Americans how you guys feel about.
Hey, Miss Ramirez, how you doing?
And them denouncing their African ancestors. I find it so disrespectful. Like, I know that the majority of African Americans are very proud of their African ancestry, acknowledge that their ancestors come from Africa, but also acknowledge the fact that African Americans have built their own Black culture in America. Nobody's taking.
Stop. First, this is right here. This is like reverse psychology on a whole nother level on how she's trying to handle this. I find this so disrespectful. I know African Americans. I thought we were all African American. is wild. Here we go.
Taking that away. Like, we know it is your own black culture. Yes, some of that black culture and some of the subcultures of the black culture in America has roots on the continent of Africa, as we know, especially in places like New Orleans, especially in places like Louisiana. Is Louisiana and New Orleans the same place? I don't know, but you guys know what I'm saying, right?
At the end. Hold on.
Right? So, I'm aware of that this African American culture is a standalone culture that you guys have created. But never in a million years would I thought there'd be a group of people that absolutely, completely denounce being African at all. Especially when you're out here looking a whole Senegalese. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And then how could you disrespect the very people who are responsible for our freedom today?
How can you disrespect the very people over to join in this particular union? Now,
Congratulations, Miss Ramirez. Oh, I know y'all happy. Congratulations on your new apartment. Shout out to you.
I think it's hold on. I'm gonna get my opinion. Let me get my opinion at the end. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I just want to get to the bottom of her point. Here we go.
Like, I can't fathom ever disrespecting the motherland.
Whose motherland? Like, when you say the motherland, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, whose motherland? So sorry. I'm trying, but like I try to understand my opinion. For the people who are not Black American, who are watching this, trust me, you can't imagine how infuriating this is to me. Like, it gets under my skin on a low, because it's like, yo, like, how hard is it to understand lineages and bloodlines and tribes in America? How hard is it to do a little bit of history on the people that you're talking to and stop trying to monolithically put all black people into one particular union? How hard is it to do that? And once you understand the tribes and the lineages of each culture, it's very easy for you to understand how this doesn't make sense and how this can make somebody very infuriated, you know? But it's just, I'm gonna get my opinion at the end. Hold on.
And as Jamaican as I am, and as patriotic as I am,
I told you she was Jamaican. You can tell because the red, yellow, and green flag. Most Jamaicans have that color because was it the Rastafari or the Zion? Yeah.
absolutely love being Jamaican. I am so proud to be an African. I'm so proud to have my ancestry. I'm so proud to be of maroon descent and have so much African DNA. Maroon descent and have
The Maroons sold them out. Your Maroon sold Jamaicans out, darling. That ain't nothing to be proud of. Those are sellouts. Those are Jamaican tethers. That's what a tether is. They sold their own people out.
so much African DNA. I'm just so confused how you...
Exactly. You're so confused. You want us to agree to the terminology of saying African because African was given to you by a white man's name, not trying to be one of those, Israelites.
Leo Africanus. Yo.
African because African was given to you by a white man's name, not trying to be one of those, Israelites. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible because I sound like an Israelite right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'll say this. It was probably the Haitians. It was probably the Haitians. The Haitians did their own people dirty. The Haitians didn't. The Haitians didn't technically help anybody because they wanted to keep their country and their people, Haiti. So technically, they didn't help anybody. This is why a lot of these countries became independence in the 1900s. It was because of the Haitians. The Haitians wasn't gonna help. Yeah, real talk. And what's that Devon Vici guy? The Haitians killed their own people. That was the Haitians' work. This is why when people talk about, oh yeah, Haiti got their independence, no, you signed a treaty, nigga. You won the battle, but you didn't win the war. You was still listening to these niggas that you beat. Then when you tried the shit in when y'all tried that same shit in Savannah, Georgia, that the state that y'all trying to claim, the town that you're trying to claim, Savannah, Georgia, yeah, y'all caught the ass whooping of the century. They wiped you the fuck out. Y'all ain't no black Americans. Let's personally be honest. We could talk about Louisiana War, the Louisiana Purchase. The reason why America has the Louisiana, because you know what? You damn near bankrupt France, and when y'all ran to France, y'all you expanded the slave trade. You didn't help black Americans, nigga. What the fuck is y'all talking about? Like, what is they talking about? Y'all expanded slavery. Y'all didn't help slavery, nigga. You help expand it, nigga.
Y'all white man, bro, let me calm down. I'm not trying to do that. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to explain history, and history is very complex, You don't have to be ashamed of being African, but when somebody's telling you, hold on, just let her finish. Let her lay her
Just denounce who you are. And I understand there's this like search for identity and meaning and wanting to be very grounded in your blackness, but that doesn't mean to completely denounce your ancestors and denounce who you are with all that they went through. And I keep seeing multiple different arguments about the ships and
want to associate.
Yeah, the Haitians try to the Haitians try to go to war with the Dixiecrats and caught the ass whooping of the century. They thought they were French. Nah, nigga, y'all lost. Y'all lost. Y'all niggas is 1-1, my nigga. Technically 0-2 because you signed a treaty, nigga. Let's personally be honest. They signed a treaty. That's 0-2. You signed a treaty. You beat down the France and you signed a treaty. You paid reparations. Then you try to go down to Savannah, Georgia, and y'all caught a beat down. Y'all got them white boys put the paws on you. They put the paws on you. They slapped the dirt cookies out y'all asses. And I gotta be personally honest about it. Stop, I say to my niggas, but y'all niggas ain't built that way, my nigga. Y'all ain't built for war. This is why y'all going through what y'all going through in Haiti right now.
To a whole other. Hold on, I'll give it at the end.
Where are they? And they couldn't have carried that many millions of people. Well, they did. They did carry, they packed us up like sardines. They did. It is proven. It's a proven fact. There's evidence of it. Like,
Sweetheart, there was less than 300,000 people from Africa over in North America, also known as United States of America. There was only less than 300,000. I heard it was 288,000, if not less, because half of the cargo died.
I do think it's like, I do think it's an absolute shame to witness. It's an absolute shame to witness this. Like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, my son wants American style chicken noodle soup, so I'm gonna go and get the groceries for that. But hopefully African Americans can discuss this with me in the comments, because I genuinely, I can't wrap my head around it. I just find it so incredibly disrespectful. Yeah.
A chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side? Is that what your son wants? Chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. Is that black?
Little mama, Jesus Christ. Let's go on to the next one. Yo, let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this. My man Adonis, shout out to Adonis, man. This nigga be putting hands on people in Romania.
You went to Africa.
That nigga be putting hands on niggas in Romania. Niggas was worried for Adonis. I remember, and shout out to Convo. Convo was telling me too. He's like, yo, I was worried about boy too, man, cause yo, homie out there with the white boys. Yo, Adonis, Convo was worried about you. I've been hearing you, Convo. Yo, you be talking on a lot of people's podcasts, so shout out to you. I'm gonna start doing the same thing, player. But yeah. Niggas be putting hands on that nigga. You know that nigga from New York. That nigga put hands on him real fast after the nigga spit on him. I'm surprised, nigga. I'm surprised white boy didn't say suck my dick. After that, Darnish, you had to do something if the nigga told you suck his dick. So
Africa, where about?
yeah, you would have had to put hands on old boy.
You went to
But we're gonna watch this guy's experience in Africa. So Chad Johnson, his name is Chad O. Johnson.
you went to Africa, where about?
I went to Ghana.
It's
But I'm gonna tell you something though. I had a friend of mine. She was in Africa for about 6 months at that time. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but she said, "I'm glad I was a slave."
I've heard that before too.
It's just funny because she said, "Oh, what you mean?" But now I understand.
Nigga said, "I'm glad I was a slave." Yo, niggas be happy when they got colonized. Your culture has to suck if niggas is happy to be slaves and get out of slavery and you go to somebody else's country. Listen to what this nigga said.
I've heard that before too.
It's just funny because she said, "Oh, what you mean?" But now I understand. I got off the plane. I was like, I'm home. And you know, like I'm crazy, right? You see all these dudes in the airports with the AKs and just walk around me mugging.
Hold up. Remember when Cameron said that same shit? Niggas jumped on Cameron's back. They were on Cameron's back bumper. Now listen to this nigga.
all these dudes in the airports with AKs and just walk around me mugging. I'm like, I'm home. Of course, they ain't got my luggage. I'm like, that's okay.
Killer Cam said the same thing, and niggas jumped on the nigga. Africa jumped on the nigga's back bumper. Let's see how old this video is. This shit is 3 years old, and Kayla Kim said the same thing in 2026. That's telling y'all something.
My luggage here to come, you know. I'm just so happy to be in there. Nobody's smiling at me. I'm like, wait a minute. I go outside, meet my friend. We get in the cab. I'm just like so excited. I'm just like, oh, I'm home. I'm in Africa, the motherland. I get out the cab, go to my spot, get my bags, unpack everything. I walk outside, and people just walking by like I don't even exist. I'm like, wait a minute, man. I'm like, I'm home.
I'm back, baby.
I'm home. No kind of reception, no kind of balloons, no flowers. I'm like, the prodigal son has returned. Y'all don't see me? Nah, they didn't see me. Then I was going around.
Niggas is laughing. Yo, niggas be thinking this shit is funny, and niggas be mad at us. Niggas really be mad at us. Like, yo, why y'all talk about Africa, nigga? This is niggas' experience in Africa. There's fly, yo, nigga. What's going on, Benadin? Yo, but you can't get mad at the niggas' experience. Niggas is fighting hunger and flies than people, my nigga. Come on, let's be honest, my nigga. And I love Africa, but like my nigga, do you think I'm expecting them to go to Africa? This is why I be telling Shabaka, I'm like, nigga, you're not going to Africa. Let one of you ain't got money. You're gonna die from starvation and flies, my niggas. You're gonna be eating fly sandwiches every other day, Shabaka. You ain't got no money. He said jambalaya fries. He said a jumbo flies. Yeah, he gonna be eating the jambalaya flies, man. Nigga gonna die. Shabaka, just stay in just stay in Virginia, my nigga. Don't go to Africa. You too old to be going to Africa, my nigga. If you was gonna go, you should have went 40 years ago, my nigga. You just gonna you're gonna end up hurting yourself. Flies, but
around telling folks like kind of blend in, like saying my tribe, you know, I'm this. It was
my goodness.
Listen, they was like, you're not African. They said you either from America. So Eric blend in, like saying, then I was going around telling folks like trying to blend in, like saying my tribe, you know, I'm this. They was like,
my goodness.
Listen, they was like, you're not African. They said you either from America or you from England, but you're not African.
Yeah.
So everybody told me I wasn't African. I didn't get one person to co-sign me being African, not one person. Not one. So I quickly realized that I wasn't from Africa, even though when I was young I used to get called African booty scratcher. I got the brunt of being African, but then when I went to Africa, I didn't even get accepted. So it was all in vain, you know. They just I can look in your eyes and tell you are not African. All this unification, yeah, right.
Blanche, I don't believe you though, because I watch movies, right?
Is that why?
And from the movies that I've seen, whenever a Black American arrives in Africa, there's Africans outside with spears. They're jumping up and down. They're singing. They have the choir out there. Like, it's a whole reception. Why should I believe?
My nigga, that's for white people. That's not for you. Them niggas don't give a fuck about you. They think you broke. Real talk.
Believe you over the movies that I've seen.
I'm gonna tell you like this: if you are not spending money, you don't get no reception.
Thank you. I said that. And this is why niggas thought I hate Africa. I was like, no, I love Africa. It's just
tiny little island, not even bigger than Philadelphia.
I said, yo, I told niggas, I was like, I don't hate Africa. I love Africa. I love African women. It's just, I'm not going to Africa, nigga. The fuck? Fuck, I'm gonna go to Africa, nigga. I'm not trying to get bit by no fly. I'm not trying to eat no type of bush meat. You know, I would probably have to stay in a tourism area. I don't want to be seeing fucking AKs everywhere and shit like that. Yeah. You know, and Killer Kim said
I
the
am not
same.
an
Killer Kim said the same thing, and niggas yoked. Killer Kim. We're gonna watch Killer Kim's what he said, and let's finish.
African. I am a black American. What that means is that my entire family has come from America. I am the descendant of people that were slaves. That's what that means when I tell you that I am a black American. That means that the people that have been in my family for generations built this country. That means that my grandfather, who served in World War II, that helped fight and defend this country and was, by the
No, I'll eat crocodile or shark, but I ain't eat no bushmeat, Dorsey. I refuse to eat no. These are roaches the size of chihuahuas. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I can't do it, Dorsey. I can't do it. I'd rather go to fucking Africa or France, nigga, than because that's what I call France. Has a whole bunch of Africans. They be making their cuisines. They be doing their fucking dance. Them niggas is jiggy out there. Do they be having their little African garments on? Sometimes I feel like in Africa and France. You know, that's why they got the white man yelling this shit. And this is why I said this is the difference between America and France. America, they'll get you the fuck out of there. France, you gotta fight. They got a fight coming. They got a fight coming with them Africans and them Arabs and them Eastern Europeans. Shout out to them real niggas. Those niggas is riders out there. But these niggas here, please help me, white man. We immigrants built America. Yeah, like, come on, my nigga, let's stop lying. You telling yourself that to feel good, nigga? You help expand America. That's it. You help expand, but you didn't help build it, you know. And building and expanding is kind of similar, but it's not the same thing. Like niggas built America where it'll be straight, but you just helped to expand America faster. That's it. Niggas could have built America. It's just they wanted one and done, you know? Djibouti. He said, I'm going to eat Djibouti bushmeat stew. Okay. I'm not going to Africa, Dorsey. Like I say, I'll go to Africa or France, but I'm not going to Africa, man. I refuse to. I'll probably stop at Africa to go to America or France or England or Sweden, but I'm not going to Africa. They got to fix that shit before I go there. My South African girlfriend in Florida was Africana. Oh, she was white. You had a white Africana girlfriend, Dorsey? That nigga's dating. Dorsey was dating Elon Musk's sister. This nigga Dorsey, nasty motherfucker.
by the way, denied GI Bill benefits because he was black is a part of the history of this country. I am not Haitian. I'm not Nigerian. I am not from any of these other countries. I am a full-blooded 100% black American. And what that means is that I will speak on black American culture in any way that I please, but what I will also do is I will not allow for it to continue to be co-opted by Africans who come here with so many more resources than your average black American does, try to wrap themselves up in our struggle, our oppression, our history, and try to co-opt every space that we have built for ourselves, like they've done in the destruction of the Essence Music Festival. So don't try to discount what I say and try to pretend that I'm Haitian or I'm not American or whatever. No, I'm 100% black American.
Dorsey, we know, Dorsey. That nigga was dating Elon Musk's sister over here. You was dating Jeffrey Weinstein's sister, cousin, nigga. That nigga Dorsey. He said both blondes. Okay.
You are 1% American and it makes sense. How you explain it makes sense. What they are trying to say is that if you dig down your line and where your parents and generations came from, it came from Africa because you have a black skin. That is basically what they mean. But anyway, let's continue watching.
Dear Africans and other black people.
Yeah, my nigga. What's my nigga Ubuntu's name? Yeah, we watch this dude all the time. I don't even know my man's name. Shout out to him, man. And he gets it. He's African. He gets what we mean when we say that. It's just when we tell you what it is, everybody. It's niggas be having in their feelings and shit when niggas be like, yeah, we're not African because nigga, our genetics is kind of out of Africa. Our genetics is technically in America. Like I'm gonna say this. Within the next 200 years, if these Africans are still in America, they're not going to be African anymore either. So it is what it is.
The diaspora. Black Americans are not your children. You do realize we are the only group of people that took a racial derogatory term used against us and turned it into a term of endearment, right? You're begging for unity, but you're disrespecting us in the same sentences. We feel absolutely zero shame when you call us xenophobic. And we're proud of our ancestors that overcame slavery and Jim Crow. So please carry on.
Why are we even fighting, man? I feel like these are very unnecessary arguments that we're having between blacks and blacks. The other people see us the same way.
So I just had a heated discussion.
I have to give him some pushback. I understand what you're saying, the unity, but Black Americans have been getting unity for the last 80 years. And we didn't get unity back. So, yeah. That's kind of your people's fault. You got to talk to your peoples. You know, you can't talk to Black Americans and ask us why this ain't working. You know, you got to ask your people why didn't they give unity when unity was being given? You know, that's the only pushback I got to give to you. Is it unnecessary? We're not really fighting. It's just y'all just jump. I'm going to be personally honest. Not you, buddy, but your people just jumping Black Americans' business, you know?
With someone that I did consider a friend. But, anyways, needless to say, stop trying to Africanize my people. Stop trying to Africanize my people. We are not African. We are not descendants of African.
He's serious.
The problem with you guys is there's those.
Oops, sorry, everybody.
Those of us who have traced our genealogy, we are from North America through and through. You would not Africanize us. I don't care what you said. I don't care about your DNA test. That don't mean shit to me. Do your genealogy. And if you do happen to be African, be a proud descendant of an African. But we ain't African over here, buddy. We is not African over here. I don't care what you said. We are from North America. That don't mean shit to me. Wrap this shit up. Do your genealogy.
Man's is pissed, man. Man is pissed. But do you understand by the term or the word descendants? My brother, do you understand by what that word means, the meaning of the word descendants? It means you come from a place. Anyway, it is okay. Let's continue watching.
Why do African Americans hate the idea of being African so much? I never really understood it. It's like they make it a point to prove that we are nothing like you, we look nothing like you, y'all could never be us, completely different. And it's funny because you are literally one of us, removed.
That's cap, but I'm gonna say this, we can tell. We could tell by just talking to you, your mannerism and stuff like that. You're not a Black American. Like, let me tell you who I kind of knew was an African, but I never thought to ask the question. Wale. You could tell Wale is an African. You know, and there's nothing wrong with being African. He's probably Nigerian. You know, he looked like he got one of them Mbutu names and shit like that. It's just, you can't get mad at Black Americans when they want to identify of who they are. Like y'all gotta understand too. Like what me and Adonis always says, that word African, y'all got that from a white man. Y'all should just try to name y'allself something different. Change the whole word African. But if you want to leave it, leave it. That's your decision, but that's our decision to call ourselves foundational Black Americans.
Through slavery, that's it.
Every Black American descendant of chattel slavery, pre-1865,
is the descendant of a biracial Black American. That changes an ethnic group. It creates its own ethnic group. Why is it that Africans are specifically obsessed with making Black Americans African and not other Black people a part of the diaspora? Like Jamaicans, Caribbeans. And Black Americans have literally the longest removal from the continent of Africa than any of the other members of the African diaspora. Black Americans, descendants of chattel slavery, are not just Africans that just stayed African, but just in a different country for 400 years. No, we are the product of 400 years of brutalization of our African foremothers and racial admixture, and we contain the DNA of various Europeans and the indigenous. And I don't know why you keep equating being African to having dark skin when there are other parts of the equation. Especially when you're looking at this through the lens of race, and race is a social concept based on shared culture, lineage, and historical contextualization, along with other cultural distinctions. 400 years of racial admixture, brutalization, and survival of a caste system in which we didn't even know how to speak the language, so we created our own.
Dorsey. The Asians been in Jamaica since the late 1800s. Yes. They immigrated to Jamaica. You know, even the Indian. That's why, what's her name? This is why a lot of the people doubt, what's her name? Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, they doubt her a lot because something's funny. Her genetics is a little bit funny. Bronze, they told me about South Africa where gorillas are just a few miles. Oh yeah, yeah, Hindu. Yeah, there's Indians in Jamaica. Where you think you got the curry from? You know, I wouldn't eat anything from India. Absolutely not. I don't even go to an Indian Mediterranean restaurant. I would never go there. After the shit that I be seeing, what they be doing in their country, I don't know which one is dirty, India or fucking Bangladesh. You know, they both dirty. You know. I'm gonna be personally honest. Don't call them Indian. They Hindu. Well, excuse me. What you getting, some Indian pussy or something? Now you tell me don't call them Indian, call them Hindu. Me find out, Dorsey. This is. I got a problem with people like you, Dorsey. Whenever you get in some international coochie and stuff, that's when you like, oh, don't call it this, call it that. You want to be you want to be culturally correct then. only time Dorsey want to be culturally correct is when he getting some only time he gets culturally correct is when he getting some pussy from them. That's don't listen to Dorsey. I'm not taking you serious, Dorsey, no more. Fuck that.
That's why you can tell the difference between a person, for instance, who is as dark as Wesley Snipes or as light as Rashida Jones and still recognize them clearly as Black American in a way that is very distinct or different from someone who may have more recent African ancestry. I really do think you all are like conflating Black Americans with, for instance, like Black Brits who are only like first or second generation removed from the continent of Africa. Africans are able to claim both their African Black identity and their very specific countries in which they come from. So Nigeria or, Cameroon, and, put their flags all in their... Black Americans have had everything stripped and stolen from us. And when we decide to choose the way in which we are referred or how we are to be perceived, after 400 years of things being stolen and for us to be considered property of another person, I'll be damned if I have an African, regardless of how resemblance we may be, tell me that you own how I decide to classify myself as. And I love my African family members. Like literally, my second cousins, our grandparents or brothers are half African and half Black American, and they know the distinction. We're all Black, but there are differences that just inherently separates us. Black Americans and Africans have different temperament styles. And if you continue to just look at our hair and our skin color and various other phenotypical presentation types and you disregard other facets of racial admixture and genetic wiring and cultural standing, and because race A just is literally a social concept, we tend to be socialized and culturally appreciated or understood through the lens of the Negro, the American Negro, the Black American Negro. And every time you want to classify Black Americans, again,
So why don't you talk about Africa like that, Dorsey? I always say the beautiful things about Africa. Do I go too far sometimes? Sometimes, but that's not what we talking about. I speak fluent, nigga. Okay, Dorsey.
we are Black Americans, we're done with African American. And by referring to us as African American or saying that Black Americans don't want to identify with African or whatever, which we don't because we're not, you are contributing to the erasure of the trauma of slavery. That truly is the reason why we are who we are, why we have resiliency in ways that other Africans do not. The trauma of slavery affected our DNA. And yes, because our Black foremothers, who were widely the reason why we have our African DNA, contain the X chromosome. Your X chromosome determines your X traits, your physical presentation. And as you said in your video, there's such a diverse look in Nigeria, and most of our Black ancestors were originated from Nigeria. They were stolen from East and Central Africa. That, coupled with years of racial admixture with various white men from various parts of Europe and members of the American indigenous community, is going to create a very distinct look.
Man, I really hope that makes sense to the Black Americans that are trying to detach themselves from the whole idea of where they came from is actually Africa. I hope that answers. Let's continue watching.
Black American ancestors, the copper-colored indigenous Americans, did not come from Africa at all. They were the master architects who built the pyramids on both continents long before there were any African dynasties. Africa learned civilization from Black Americans, not the reverse. Black Americans are the descendants of the original master builders, the ancestors who created the most advanced ancient civilizations. Then they spread that knowledge globally. We are the original Moors of Temeri or Turtle Island. We are the ancient Egyptians.
Hey, Dorsey, I think you said that too. So yeah, shout out to you.
We are the mound builders of Mississippi. We are the Olmecs, the Mayans, and the Aztecs. This gets so deep, we're just getting started. So follow for more.
I'm wondering, where does she get her knowledge from? Why does she get her knowledge? Crazy.
I see a lot of Black Americans.
Well, it is history. The Moors, technically the Moors weren't African; they were Israelites. So that's what Dorsey. I think he was explaining a little bit more about the Moors and stuff. This is why I was explaining to St. Michael's that the Moors, a lot of those Moors weren't Arab. It might sound Arab, but Moors mean dark-skinned people. It's Latin for, I think, dark-skinned people. So like dark-skinned people, Black people. So it's, what are we talking about? Why are we talking about Arabs? Arabs had their own civilization. And I want to tell y'all this: why every time a Black American or a Moor builds something, it always have to be some African influence. Then when we tell you, okay, what did y'all build in Africa? Oh, you being xenophobic, or we're not talking about that. Like, come on, my nigga.
Americans come out to say, oh, we are not Africans. Initially, it was a lady saying, oh, we Black Americans, we don't like African foods. African foods are not nice. We rather have Jamaican foods.
Yeah, we don't really eat that shit. Like, what's the problem that we saying that we don't eat that food? That's not our food. Homie, now he's pushing back because he's getting emotional. But once you start finding, the thing about it, you got to start finding, and I'm going to say this to Africans and Caribbeans, You gotta. Well, the Caribbeans know because they have Moors in their genetics too. Well, a lot of these Africans have to find out about the Moors because a lot of Moors did a lot of their architects. How you think they started riding boats and stuff? It was the Moors. It wasn't an African. It was the Moors. They had the technology for it. That's why what's his name? Mansa Musa fucked with a lot of Moorish people. He was Muslim, but he fucked with a lot of Moors. A lot of Moors did his architect. That's why he was so rich.
This and that and and all of that. And I'm like, why all this? Did anybody try to force African food down your throat? It makes no sense. And then talking about foods, I mean, we African, we don't eat processed foods. We buy foods that just came out of the ground or have just been harvested.
My nigga, y'all niggas eat bushmeat. What is you talking about? You talk about processed food, but y'all eat the most unhealthiest. Bushmeat is not healthy. I don't think you need. This is why you might get one or two niggas in Black Americans that eat possum or some shit like that. But you ain't gonna catch a whole bunch of niggas talk about, yo, let me get some possum stew, nigga. Absolutely not. You be like, nigga, what the fuck is you smoking? You better stop tooting, nigga. That's what they're gonna think. They're gonna be thinking you're tooting. So it's a lot of y'all niggas sell bushmeat. Y'all try to come over in America with bushmeat, my nigga, with the maggots inside of it. So like, and they gotta stop you and throw that shit away because it's a health problem. It's a health situation. It's this is why we have auditors in restaurants. We gotta audit the food, see how high is the temperature in the freezer. How is the food healthy? Is there any spoiled shit? This is what we do. I used to be a chef. That's how I know. This is why we need inspectors and auditors. It's very important. And they audited that bushmeat that came over here and they threw that shit away. It wasn't healthy.
And then we prepare them. We don't, like, you get the yam, you peel the yam from the beginning, the scratch, you wash, you cut, you chop, and then you cook. Same thing goes to Gary. Gary goes through its own processes. Cassava goes through the process and then we make it. Same goes to rice and all of that. Our soup we get from pan-kernel. Pan-kernel, you bring it down from the tree. They have a pan-kernel tree. You bring that pan-kernel down and then you extract the red oil from it. That's what we used to make our soup. Or you talking about the leaves we put in the soup? And then the meat. We buy fresh meats from the market. So I don't really know why somebody will come and be speaking ill about African foods. Our foods are natural and healthy.
So why don't y'all live past 60? Just asking the question. Why in Africa most of them niggas don't live past 60? Only when they retire back to Africa, that's when they start deteriorating, man. So let's be honest. Y'all niggas don't really live past 60, so
Healthy. So that's basically that for the food aspect. And then what really drove me nuts was initially I saw one guy, he came out with we all know about Red Indians and how they were the first in America and all of that. And then I saw a Black American come on social media, on TikTok, put on the thing those Red Indians usually put on their head. I'm like, yeah, we Black Americans, we are from Tamarian. I don't even know what that is. And then when they try to back these things up with facts that they have, it makes no sense. You see paintings of people that looks like Red Indians. Of course, this is Red Indians. And then they say, yes, these are our forefathers. We are not from Africa. The thing is, nobody's forcing you to come from Africa. I don't know where this whole shenanigan is coming from. Because I'm an African, an immigrant to another country. I know how we Africans, we thrive as immigrants, we try to catch up with the society. We try to meet up with the demands of wherever we are. And then when we get there, we try to like not let our culture die. We try to make our food, hold festivals and all of that to keep our culture alive. This is not like a show off or trying to put down your tradition and all of that, but it's more like promoting our culture because it is unique to us. You see us doing these things, and I don't know why the hate on Africans, basically. It makes no sense from you sound funny to me.
It's not hate. It's just you need to mind your fucking business. That's it. When Black Americans is dealing with Black American business, mind your fucking business. That's all. You know. I don't think you're doing anything wrong when you support your foods or you show your foods and your culture off. I don't see no problem with that. By all means, do it. I support it. Am I gonna help? No. But I support it. If I see some curry goat or some shit, let me get some curry goat with the rice and beans, and let me get some of that fish stew and shit like that. But like, come on, let's not make it seem like niggas is hating on you, my nigga. You're not that important that niggas should be hating on you. Like, I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be, I'm not. It's not out of malice. It's just niggas ain't hating on you, my nigga. You ain't got nothing to hate on. You's a regular nigga. You know, most regular black niggas is better than most of your your sophisticated Africans. Let's personally be honest. It's our aura, man. You know. Do I get what you're saying? Yes, I get it. But at the end of the day, you're kind of moving the goalposts. You're answering questions. You're answering questions that niggas never done to you. Probably a random nigga probably did it to you, and you just say, "What does all Black Americans, nigga? We don't worry about you, my nigga. You use the bottom of the barrel, my nigga. Use the bottom feeder compared to us, my nigga. We out here, we out here, swimming in rubies and jacuzzis and shit, my nigga. And it's why would we need to worry about you? We got the most successful people. We have everything. We got the best culture. You know, we're the most influential. Bro, you talking about Georgia, Dorsey? But yeah, it's like, my nigga, we're not hating on you, my nigga. You just a nigga probably said something to you and hurt your fucking feelings, your little feelings, and now you crying to us. Nigga, I don't need to hear about your problems, my nigga. I can't talk about you getting money because I gotta worry if it's a fucking scam or not. Like, come on, my nigga. Niggas ain't trying to break bread with you or nothing. The fuck?
The reason why we are not proud that yes, some of the Americans got sold by some of the, like, I don't know if it's Americans because you guys said you're not Africans, so sorry to say that, but some people got sold by some people, and we are not proud of it. And then on the long run, we've seen lots of movies about American movies of showing how they got moved from Africa down to America and all of that. This is what we see in movies.
But that's not all of us. That's the thing. That's only 4% of Black Americans. This is where I'm explaining that, like, okay, some of that story is true, yes, but that's only 4% of people. Where is this other 96% of people? This 96% of people's story you're not telling. You're only telling the 4% of fucking stories. You do what the white people do. They talk about crime, but they only talk about 10% of Black people are committing crimes. What about the 90% of people that's not committing crimes? This is why we don't believe in the black on black crime, because at the end of the day, you only talk about the the minimum of people. You talk about the minimum percentage of people that are doing something. The grasslands are called savanna because of no trees like that. I don't know what you're talking about, Dorsey. Here in America. Oh, you talk about Georgia, Savannah, Georgia. I didn't say, nigga. You talking about Africa and all this, nigga? I don't care about Africa. I'm not going to Africa, nigga. You can go to Africa all you want, Dorsey. Them mosquitoes is gonna love your ass. Oh yeah, they getting some blood today, nigga. 40, 50 of them motherfuckers. I ain't going to Africa, nigga. You by
And
yourself,
then nobody's
Dorsey.
coming. Are you trying to push this energy to the people who produce those movies? Don't come on social media to try to push it on us. You know, it's giving some kind of weird vibes. You guys sound weird lately. You need to just take your time, watch the videos you make, trying to lay claims of being from here and there and all of that. You're claiming to be Mexican. You're claiming to be Red Indian.
Nigga said Mexican. Who claims to be a fucking Mexican? This is how you know the nigga's lying. He don't know what the fuck he's talking. This is why I always tell people, stop talking about fucking IQ, man. That IQ shit is stupid. I think it's so stupid. It's dumb. If you do it, you're a fucking idiot. Like it's some white supremacy ideology.
Listen to yourself. How will these people actually look at you? You know, so I was not going to talk about this, but then it's just becoming something else. You guys sound like you're on some new kind of dope shit. You know, when I see you guys doing these things, I'm like, what's going on? What they smoking on? You know? So you need to chill. Nobody is forcing you to be African. We love ourselves. When you see an African, you see how we carry ourselves as African. We don't come and say, "Oh, I'm American."
We don't care. That's the thing. He's thinking about the Omax. They were black, but they weren't us. But they were black. Yeah, that's all I can tell you. They were black, but they weren't us. They weren't black Americans. Like this is the thing I don't get about Africans. You always like, I don't get it, I don't get it, I don't get it. Fucking do research. Then you talk about what the white man showed you. Y'all talk about y'all don't like the white man. Leave the white man alone. Do your own research. Cause the white man showed you the video, you thought the shit was real. The fuck? A nigga's telling you his history and you don't believe him. That's like me saying, yeah, there's sneakers over there. You's like, no, I don't believe you. You know, I seen a white man bring some flip flops. I don't think you got sneakers. The fuck, my nigga? The sneakers is over there. Go look. Nah, the white man told me. That's what they do. Like, they told me you wear flip flops.
American. No, we tell you pop and plain that we are Africans. We do our African stuff. We do our African dish.
Brother says a lot of things that make a lot of sense.
Of course, he's gonna agree because he's emotional
now to
about
Michigan
it.
and last night's Senate primary, billed by some as a battle for the soul.
Yeah, it's
even in the event everyone were
Nah, we ain't gonna
descendants
watch
of
this.
Africans. Again, I'm speaking from West Indian perspective. West Indies, Brazil is where the majority of the trafficked Africans went, right? But in any case, even in the event we were.
So we're gonna watch this Cameron one more time. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, no, we're gonna watch the new one. Fuck it.
Work for us who think they work for us. Then people be getting emotional who don't work for us who think they work for us. You're hiring help. Week to week. You like them professionally. We call you for a hit, go about your business. We don't know you, nigga.
Or niggas don't even know a name. Niggas don't know nothing.
And you stink.
And you stink.
You live in Vegas, you know it's gonna be hot, and you're a girl, you gotta wash up.
This is
take
duo.
no days off. You gotta wash up twice out here.
She just need to wash every time.
She didn't
Every
wash
time
up
she-
last week to the
Nope.
next week, and she stink every week.
Like bad stink.
I only know her 2 weeks, and every week she stink.
It's coming out her pores. The little light skin.
You know what's worse than somebody stinking? When they look like they stink.
Oh, yeah. And she. You don't remember?
Tattoos?
I don't know. You be trying to get away.
Can't be going too far, man. I'm gonna say that for a Black American, that nigga goes too far. Him, and I think it's a New York thing. Cam, fucking Fifth. Who else? Who else? Some niggas who were going too far. I just know those two niggas right there. Them niggas go too far. Even Jay-Z sometimes. When my nigga was broke, when my nigga Dame was broke, he told the Breakfast Clubs he'll figure it out. He's smart. He said, "You ain't gonna help Dame?" He said, "No, he'll figure it out. He's smart," and went up to the niggas do that type of shit. That's that New York shit,
She was slim, but she was slim and stink. I know she was stink. Slim.
Slim and stink.
Slim and stink.
Slim and stink is crazy. If you want to stink?
Yeah. All right.
Niggas is foul.
All right. She was
crazy.
Heavy on the stink.
Stinking in Vegas is crazy.
Stinking anywhere is crazy. But
New York shit.
Stinking is crazy.
This isn't just New York shit. This is Harlem shit. This is why I love Harlem. Niggas be thinking I be joking, and this is why I told Shabaka, you're not from Harlem. My nigga, you will never be from Harlem. You see how these niggas talk about people? That's how Harlem niggas are. That's why I say they're the coolest fucking haters ever. You can have some dope shit, they'll be, that shit's fly, but you're not wearing it right. Niggas told me that niggas do that shit. I love Harlem. Them niggas is fly in Harlem. Ain't nothing better than Harlem. I love Harlem.
Think in Vegas and linger over there.
It's like,
yeah,
when you leave, it's staying on.
Yeah,
Ain't
exactly,
no gust of wind to get it out of there.
Shit's wild. Like,
yeah.
All right. Stuck on stink.
Yeah. We appreciate y'all tuning in. This is winding down for the season, man. It's been tremendous, all the support y'all giving us. It's been really great, man. And, winding down on this season, this is either the last episode or we got one episode left, but from this whole season, man, it's been forget the nigga name.
Vic?
Yeah. The shy, the light-skinned nigga.
Hold on.
I just, I wasn't even going to start the show with this. The light-skinned nigga from...
This will be the last
the shy,
video too, everybody.
I forget the nigga name.
Vic?
Yeah. We was talking about Africa. There's a lot of Africans mad. Listen, I ain't mean to get y'all mad. You're not going to make me say I'm African. I'm not African. But I didn't say y'all stink. Even though we talk about stink shit, Vegas stink. It's Americans who stink too. But I never said y'all stink. And that kid, what's his name, Sin? Sin is in the building, by the way, PT. Yeah. My nigga Zeke say everybody here, Sin is in studio today. What's his name?
Vic Mensa?
Okay.
Yeah, Vic.
Yo, homeboy, why is you clickbaiting, talking about I said to people in Africa? Because I didn't say that. I was repeating what somebody said. You clickbaiting and you clout chasing. I'm disappointed in you. But what do I expect from a nigga with a Rockefeller tattoo on his neck?
He did say he was a fan of yours.
I don't give a fuck.
Yo, this is why I said this is some Harlem shit. This is Harlem shit. Them niggas is foul, but I love these niggas. I love them like they're my family. I'm talking about even not the Caribbeans. No, some of the Caribbeans. Yo, some of them Caribbeans be lit in Harlem. But them Africans, they just moved into Harlem. So yeah, they fucking up Harlem right now. Harlem used to be fly. There's mad flies in Harlem, there's mad rat heads everywhere. Yo, it's crazy. No, I'm just joking, everybody. I'm joking. I don't want them Africans to be mad at me. I already got verbally attacked by some Jamaican for a few days ago, if you noticed.
What do I expect from a nigga with a Rockefeller tattoo on his neck?
He did say he was a fan of yours.
I don't give a fuck. See, that's what niggas do. They try to they try to diss and then be like, but we cool.
Respectfully,
Yeah,
and all that.
that's perfect. And niggas ended with respectfully, which is the most disrespectful word to me. When niggas ended with respectfully, it's mad disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yo, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, I'm just trolling with the Rockefeller tattoo. I don't know why he has one. Jay-Z don't got one. But I'm just saying I don't really understand why he has a Rockefeller tattoo.
That's tough.
Yeah, I seen, yeah, it's tough, man. Especially when they broke up. What you do with that? You know what I'm saying? But he was on there saying, he tried to go through my last name and this and that and this. Look, if you want to believe that, would you try to acknowledge, nigga? If you want, yo, nigga, fuck out of here.
She said you was a slave owner. Giles name.
I saw Cameron saying he's not an African and Africa stinks.
I'm not African. Sin went to Africa and told me people stink.
Now, obviously, this is ridiculously disrespectful and ignorant, but I love Killer. So let's approach this empirically. Why don't we do a history of the name Cameron Giles? Giles is a medieval French name originally used by the followers of a one Saint Giles, a nigga that looked like this. Not exactly a striking resemblance, even if you put him in a pink fur. On the other hand, there were plenty of slaveholders named Giles. Written records trace the human beings they enslaved to Africa, oftentimes referring to them as Coromontes if they was from modern-day Ghana, Mandingos if they were
Yeah, South Bronx is ill. One thing I'll tell you, be careful with the women. They do come out of pocket and they will put hands on you, Dorsey. Yeah, they don't give a fuck how big you are. Yeah, them women in Bronx, yeah. Them bitches come out of the pocket. Yeah.
from the Sahel, Igbos if they were from modern-day Nigeria. But clearly, the name Giles was passed down from someone who enslaved Igbos if they were from modern-day Nigeria, if they was from modern-day Ghana, Mandingo they enslaved to Africa, oftentimes referring to them as Coromontes if they was from modern-day Ghana, Mandingos if they were from the Sahel, Igbos if they were from modern-day Nigeria. But clearly, the name Giles was passed down from someone who enslaved Africans. Now, if modern science places human beings at 300,000 years old and the oldest archaeological evidence of Homo sapiens is in Africa, Morocco, South Africa, Ethiopia, then I struggle to understand how 500 years here erases 299,500 years in Africa. Culturally, you resonate with America. Fine, that's a nationality. You may have European or indigenous blood, but your ancestral origin is overwhelmingly African. Take a DNA test. You tell me what it says. I can see.
Told you one of these 23andMe ass niggas. These 23andMe ass niggas. I told y'all that shit is just for entertainment purpose. The shit is not real, everybody. Niggas is out here DNA. It was a DNA testing their fucking dogs and their fucking snakes and shit. So we got to stop that shit thinking that 23andMe is going to tell you where the fuck you from. Please stop it. It's not cool. Stop giving people high hopes that they from Ghana, some dirt piss mud hut in fucking Nigeria, or some snake infested fucking river in fucking Ghana. Like, we got to stop that shit, my nigga. This shit ain't even cool anymore, because at the end of the day, it's not funny anymore, everybody.
Being like Cherokee, but you finna have a lot of Nigeria in there, my guy. Don't get mad at me because I love Cam. But like, Africa stinks? Come on. I mean, it stinks everywhere, nigga. My dogs will shit in my backyard. Now my backyard stinks.
Whatever they want to call it, I don't give a fuck. See, that's the problem, right? Niggas will come back with this shit, right? Niggas be like, yo. Niggas will be like, this right here is a fossil that was created in Africa, and we did all the research on it, and it traces back.
Yeah, Rick James is from Buffalo. Shout out to Rick James, R.I.P.
So we're in Africa, and we did all the that was created in Africa, and we did all the research on it, and it traces back to where the name Phillips was a slave on, whatever last name, and this is why we know Middle Eastern. Nigga can't get the story right from last week. You see, that's what I'm trying to tell you, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you, right? He telling you the history of some shit from what, 1,000 years, 2,000 years, however long ago? Mm-hmm. He can't even get the story from the podcast right. Saying that I said Africa 6, I didn't even say that. So therefore, how are we supposed to believe what's from that you know what's going on 2,000 years ago if you don't know what's going on last week? You don't even know what I went on last week. How are we supposed to take your word that you know the fucking history of 1,500 years ago when you can't get the story right from last week? That's light skin shit. No disrespect, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Y'all light niggas ought to be stopped, nigga. Y'all gotta be stopped, my nigga. Stop clickbaiting and trolling. I mean, 1,500 years ago when you can't get the story right from last week. That's light skin shit. No disrespect, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all light niggas ought to be stopped, nigga. Y'all gotta be stopped, my nigga. Stop clickbaiting and trolling, or trying to troll and trying, because I looked at this shit. He don't got no more. That's the most comments he had on his page about anything. Nigga, stop, my nigga. Stop telling me what happened 15 years ago. 1,500 years ago, if you can't tell me what happened last week. And I wish I could say I fuck with you too, but I don't know what you do like that. See you on the Shy and look
He's a good
familiar.
character.
He a character?
He's a good character on the Shy. You can give him a look.
They killed him off. They murdered the nigga. Then they murdered the nigga. They killed him off the show. He ain't that good. They keep the good niggas around. What other shit he been in?
I don't know.
Exactly.
We been on that Instagram. That's it.
Let's go to
Trolling.
let's Google the nigga. You want attention? Let's Google the nigga, man. Let's see what else he said.
Oh, he's gonna be so happy.
Yeah, he gonna be happy. He gonna be happy. What's his name?
Cam said hello. Mensa.
Okay. I don't like these niggas who look at the camera like this and they my business.
That's light skin. That is light skin. Oh, my bad, son. My bad, son.
This is how I used to get around. Shout out to Dorsey.
I don't like
Nigga
them.
said the eye squint.
Yeah, eye squint and all that. Let's see. Let's see what he's done. Yeah, oh, I didn't know he was a rapper. He's a rapper. That's what's up.
He want a feature.
Yo, this nigga's, yo. That's why I told y'all, stop fucking with Harlem niggas. If you got problems with Harlem niggas, they're gonna make your day bad. And I'm gonna say this. Cam and 50 got into it one day on a radio station. Yeah. So it just niggas just be out of bounds, nigga, in New York. That's why I say shout out to New York. And I always tell people all the time, if you can't deal with that culture, don't go to New York. I love New York. I love people in New York. I think New York is super dope. It's just I can't live there. It's mad dirty, man. It's just, and then it's also because it's too many people, man. And it's very different cultures. It's not like the Renaissance era when everybody's black and clean and like everybody's. Nah, that shit is a whole different stuff, man. There's more rats than people in that fucking state. You know? And Cam understands that. It's just rats at rats, and them rats be bigger than the fucking cats, man. Jumping on niggas and stuff. Yeah, cats be trying to fucking take off on niggas. Like, yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I'm just this nigga on LSD. That's what. All right, y'all see what's going on.
Oh, you get high? Come on,
yeah,
man.
he caught doing LSD when he tried to come back in the country. Yeah, I ain't gonna argue with a nigga on LSD. Yeah, I explained it all. You gotta realize them niggas on LSD, they start getting, well, the slave owner and you know, LSD, nigga, you hallucinating, nigga. You hallucinating. So I just want to say that about that, man. The next thing is we gonna talk about is accountability and responsibility, and leave me alone.
We're gonna end like that, everybody. I'm gonna land right here, man. And this is why I told niggas leave people alone, man. You'll meet the wrong nigga like me, Kim, Fifth. There's niggas, you just leave them niggas alone. If we saying that, we far out of Africa, this is a nigga that you don't really want to have an argument with. Kim will tell your whole business and kick your back in. But let me land, and I'm gonna say this, everybody. The reason why the black diaspora has a problem is because they need an ally. Black diaspora needs an ally. If they didn't need an ally, they wouldn't be fucking around with Black Americans. They wouldn't have two words to say to us, you know. So it comes to a point where, you know what, we already know your hand because you're desperate to drop that fucking ace down there, man. You know, but like I said, you gotta call it quits, man, when you're dealing with not Pan Africans, Jesus Christ, with the Black diaspora. The Black diaspora is gonna have to figure it out. Plain and simple. Black Americans is not helping. You gotta give us something to help you now. Like I said, it's transaction now. It's transaction. What do we get when we help you? What do we get? What do we get for our service? What do we get for our loyalty? It's a transaction now. The Democrats and the conservatives and the liberals is figuring that out. It's transaction. What do we get? Ain't shit for free anymore. We're the only, and I'm gonna say this: Black Americans is the only race that niggas will try to reclassify multiple times. Then when nigga names itself, people got a problem. So, like I said, it's coming to a point where whatever you say doesn't really matter. You already figured out how Cam feels about niggas. He's like, yeah, fuck y'all niggas. Leave me the fuck alone, my nigga. You know, but let me give my shout outs, everybody, because I'm gonna go eat my Popeyes. Shout out to Dorsey, Ali, Your Highness B1, Miss Ramirez. Shout out to Miss Ramirez. FBA Convo, Rando, Miss Bebe, Benelin, and Benny Shireen. 6291. I don't know what that says, but thank y'all for everything, everybody. I didn't look at the cash apps and all that other stuff. I'll look at it tonight. But thank everybody for watching and being entertained and also being on the show. Thank y'all for everything. And also shout out to Robin, because Robin's on Kick and we can't see Rob. I can see Robin, but y'all can't. That's why I put his stuff up on the screen, because a lot of y'all are on Kick and YouTube. And we got Kick X, Rumble, and Twitter. So shout out to everybody. I'll probably see you tomorrow.